Harmon, my man Harmon, he's hilarious, he's wonderful. He's not me on Facebook anymore, thank God. He was scaring me with that because he was so good at it.
Yeah.
Comedy Writers Guild.
Comedy Writers Guild.
It's a motherfucking Comedy Writers Guild.
Comedy Writers Guild, CWG.
Signal if you can hear my voice. Here is test. Signal if you can hear my voice.
As we cross the river into the evergreen to the land of Tula.
Here is test. Signal if you can hear my
I remember when I built the pyramids, right? It was tough. It was tough as a motherfucker.
Yo, what's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Harmon coming back to you live with another amazing episode of the Comedy Writers Guild. You know, I hear a lot of people saying that Thursdays are the new Fridays now that Comedy Writers Guild's in town. And if you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Harmon. Like I said, I'm the creator of Comedy Writers Guild. And as always, I have my amazing, beautiful co-host, Travis Wayne. Yeah, my amazing sidekick over there. And again, if you are new here, let's get into how it works. So how it works is we'll start with a joke setup or a concept, and it is your job to deliver the funniest punchline in the comments. You'll have 15 minutes to submit your answers. Meanwhile, we will try our best to keep you entertained with our hilarious and spontaneous banter on topics of conversation that just happen to naturally arise. All right, so we're going to put 15 minutes on the clock. The first guy that we're going to have on, as you guys know, will be on for a half hour, but Travis will be keeping an eye on that clock. You only get 15 minutes. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the first joke concept of the night. Sorry, we're running a little late, guys. Travis had to take a shit. So your first joke concept of the night is, what is the real cause of autism? You know, a lot of people are going around today talking about how Tylenol is creating autism. I don't know if I believe it. I've been taking that shit since I was in the womb. I'm fine. But what do you guys think the real cause of autism is? All right, let's see it. Let's get those fingertips going. Let's get those creative juices flowing. And then now let's get on to what this podcast is about as well. Our very special guest. So our very special guest tonight, guys, I'm going to meet him along with you. I do not know much about him. But a few weeks ago, I made a post about is there anybody out there, any comics out there that know how to do impressions? Because I was going to do a special episode of 9/11. You guys know that 9/11 is very near and dear to my heart. It's a very special holiday for me. So we were going to have somebody come on as George W. Bush, and we thought that would be funny. And somebody tagged this guy in the comments, and so apparently he does impressions. I haven't seen it yet, but we decided to not do that episode and do what we did instead. But he's also he has his own podcast called the Then and Now and Then with Sam and Robin, and he's also going to be starting a YouTube series here shortly. Maybe he'll talk to us about that. But let me introduce you guys Sam K Haynie. Sam, well,
Hello.
where are you hanging
Hello.
out right now, man?
You know, Little St. James, of course.
Oh, okay. All right.
Doesn't the front of that looks like Jeffrey Epstein's face?
It definitely looks like some sort of mushroom tip. That
It
door?
does. Yeah.
I never noticed that until now.
You would think that the little girls and little boys would be like, this seems off.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah, I'm not.
I think they noticed that once they walk through the threshold of that front door. That's when those things are off. And
Every time you go through a doorway, you have that moment where your brain kind of blanks out. For them, they went through the doorway and their brain woke up and realized, oh, I'm not getting off this island alive.
No, only the adults were getting off on that island. Well, welcome to the podcast, man. Thank you for coming on. A few questions I like to ask. I'm going to start off with, what does your creative writing process look like for you?
You know, frankly, I am a terrible writer, and I just want to just lay that out on the line and not pretend that I am this hugely prolific writer. I'm one of those writers where I kind of have to have an idea come into my brain, and then it's like, oh shit, got to write that down. So, not a notepad guy, not a sit down with a timer in front of me, 10-minute writer guy. It kind of has to just make me laugh, and it has to be something that in the moment I was struck with. But that can be kind of a double-sided coin, because on one end, you know, you've got this great idea, you write it down, in the moment you captured what made you laugh, which I think makes for a funny idea. But on the other hand, if you wrote it down and you were tired or drunk or just didn't put thorough notes, you'll go back to it and you'll be like, what is this about? Like, you know, archangels and Elvis Presley. Like, I won't know what I'm supposed to be saying. So that can be kind of hit or miss, you know?
Yeah, actually, I'm going through my notes right now because I do the same thing. I just jot down like little one-liners that I want to elaborate on in the future. It's just something that made me giggle or whatever, and I could go through mine. Actually, I think I'm going to like this society getting to no hetero. So instead of saying no homo, I'm assuming they say no hetero, and that's where society's going. So like little things like that, I just jot down, and I think it's like Canthery Spirist. That's another one. I just wrote down Canthery Spirits, and I probably fucked that up because I get tongue tied a lot, and I have dyslexia and all that shit. And like sometimes I like words get jumbled in my mind, and so I just said Canthery Spirits, and I thought that was great. So yeah, I get what you're saying. You write shit down, and then later on you look at it, and you're like, "What the fuck was I thinking?"
Yeah, like what is this? Fruit Loop was dispatched. What the fuck? Like. That feels like something that I was asleep and had my phone in my hands. Fruit Loop was dispatched. I mean, autistic liar. That's also, what am I going to do with that? What do I do with autistic liar? Oh, man.
You know what, though? I feel it.
There's something there with autistic liar. Yeah.
That guy's such an autistic liar.
Yeah. I think because it is so hard for them to lie. autistic liar is like the ultimate cheat code. Like you've figured out life. You
Yeah,
know?
true. They're very honest for sure.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched that autistic dating show? What's it?
Yeah.
Down to date or something? No,
Love
it's
on
like
the spectrum.
on
Love
this. Yeah, Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah.
That is like
Listen,
an amazing clip finder.
Down
Yeah.
to Date would be fucking fantastic, though.
The Down to Date needs to. You know what happened? One of the autistic guys started dating a girl with Down syndrome, and this sparked a question in my mind that I don't think anyone's given me a very useful answer, which is it illegal to date people with Down syndrome?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could ask Nacho Bryan, he would say no. You wouldn't know who that is. I apologize for that reference.
No, I know Nacho. He and I go way back.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. No, but dude, I'm telling you what, the internet has taken a curve the past couple years, and people are getting turned on by these thick ass Down syndrome chicks. And by the internet, I
Yes.
mean me.
They're using the Down syndrome filters. So some of these normies with these eyes that are closer to their head are using these fucking filters to get all these nasty neckbeards wet and dirty in their dingers. And it's I don't think I love that curve we've gone down.
I
It
don't
kind of-
know, bro. Speak for yourself here. Anything that he says, he's speaking for himself for the next 10 seconds. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Down syndrome sex must be wild.
Dude. Hold on. We're gonna have to do like yeah, we're gonna do a 5-second moment of silence for this because I gotta picture this. Oh yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild for sure.
I know.
I'll tell you what, I got this new thing that I wrote down. I'm gonna come back to this. Dirty in their dingers. That's fire, bro. It's like dispatch the Fruit Loops. They're dirty in their dingers.
It feels like my notes are written by an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Dirty in their dingers. Yeah, I like to use little kid words for bing bing, pee pee, and bum bum and stuff like that because it just makes sex a little more chill and
Yeah. You make them feel comfortable.
Yeah. Here's one that actually was something. Gay NASCAR driver named Dale Earned Hard-Ons Jr. I mean, that's a banger. That one actually. I learned about the strike through feature, so I struck through some jokes that I guess I just will never touch them. Oh my god.
I don't know that feature.
It's where you
don't use it. Yeah, you literally put a line through your own writing just to be like, no, I would never do that joke.
Yeah.
I do that in my physical joke book for jokes that I think are hack, but there might be a dumb enough crowd I could use it on.
Yes, there might be a time where you need to go just to the line throughs and go, okay, well, I have to do a clean show, so let me do all the hack jokes.
Yeah, there might be a time you're in Austin, Texas, and you could just whip those jokes out.
Yeah.
So you are from Texas, right? You're in Texas right now?
Yeah. I live in San Antonio, it's kind of like the sloppy seconds of Texas as far as like a lot of stuff goes, like culture and comedy and stuff. So like a lot of Austin comics won't get spots because it's so busy that they'll drive the 2.5 hours just to do a midnight show at the Blind Tiger, just to have a place to go up and do more than 3 minutes. So
Travis, correct me if I'm wrong. That's where Mike was saying he does all his comedy, correct?
Which Mike Ryan?
Yeah.
I thought he's in Houston.
No, I think he's from Houston. Is that where he does his comedy too? I thought he did his comedy in San Antonio. I thought he was like raving about it, saying it was like a great spot to do comedy.
It might be.
It is a great spot to do comedy. I kind of shit on it, but I would argue that for new comics and people starting out, it's an amazing practice field. It's like the place to go to get really, really, really good, and then maybe go elsewhere to expand and take those off, because there's not a lot of opportunities out here. There's some opportunities to feature for like an LOL show, but otherwise it's just people kind of cutting their teeth, trying to figure it out and
Mhm.
playing for audiences that range from a bunch of comics that have heard you do that joke 50
Mhm.
times to people that are paying, want to see comedy, and are there for it. So it's a wide range, and there's a ton of shows. I mean, there's a night you can do like 3 to 4 mics at one night.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good training ground.
Also, I didn't ask you. Usually, I ask this in the beginning. How long have you been doing comedy?
Um, well, I've been doing it on and off since like 2015 or 2013.
Oh, wow.
But consistently since 2022. I say on and off because I did it for a while, moved to Chicago, did it for a long while, and then I joined the Air Force, and then just wasn't able to get out and do any comedy really. And then when I got off of active duty, uh, I got kind of back into it because I'd moved back to San Antonio. So consistently, yeah, 2022.
Okay. Who would you say has inspired you in your comedy? Like maybe like a famous comic or maybe local?
Yeah, I'd say famous. I grew up really loving Andy Kaufman. I was a big Andy Kaufman guy, Steve Martin. Um, I was also kind of really interested in comic actors like Farley and
Hmm.
um, Spade and Farrell, and I I started on stage as an actor, so I have been on
Okay.
a stage as long as I've honestly been able to walk.
I could
So
see
for
that.
Yeah, so for me, I'm very much attracted to the kind of performances of a comedian, and when I perform and when I'm doing my best, it's very performative and kind of taking up the stage and all that.
I got a question. So I also have been an actor on stage since I was like, 4 or 5, since I could like, construct a complete sentence.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does acting skill not translate to stand up hardly fucking at all? Or is it a me
I
thing?
it kind of depends on the kind of person you are on stage. Here's what I will say I think it does, and it probably benefited you and you didn't even realize it. You can go on stage and you will not have that period of 8 months to a year where you're panic shitting your pants, unable to get through your set because you're so distracted by having to be on stage. Just like the stagecraft of it. I think you probably had that the first time you went up to do a comedy set.
Mhm.
Um, you're just comfortable on stage, which I don't think a lot of people will admit that they weren't feeling if they had never been on stage before.
Yeah.
They were trying to not look like they were losing their fucking mind, but they were.
Yeah, I
So
definitely had that for at least the first 4 to 5 times I went on stage. Like, I can say with confidence that I was more nervous to be like in a bar performing for like 15 people than I was in a large theater performing for about 2,000.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. And at the end of the day, you can blame the playwright. You don't have to. It's
Exact.
it's not your baby that you have to watch be shot in the head. I, that is super unique, and you've got a good point. I also did improv comedy for a long time. I still do it, and I did it as long as I've been an actor. I've pretty much been one of those kids yelling zip zap zop with a group of friends, on a stage somewhere to nobody. So I have a lot of experience having to have something on the spot, but at the same time, to your point, I could just blame the my partner didn't come up with something that made sense, or they all know we're making it up on the spot. You kind of always have like an out for yourself, but in stand up you don't really have an out. It lives or
Yeah.
dies by your hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that. And Travis, you actually spoke on that before because I talked about like the stage is not where I'm comfortable. All right, I
Right.
admit that. But when you go on stage, you can't really tell that I'm uncomfortable. Like I fake it till I make it. So but I definitely feel it while I'm up there. And Travis, when he's up there, even the first time he went, he wasn't nervous. So like
Yeah.
you're right about that.
The irony being, though, Travis looks nervous right now. Like he has resting nervous face.
Well, he's an actor, and for about 35 years now, he's been acting like he's straight. So he's been trying to keep it all together. That's what that is.
I'm the same way, man. My voice is like 8 octaves higher when I'm, off camera. So I get it. I get it, Trav.
You're trying to be real cool right now. I
They're
get it.
trying to get us down, and they're trying to get the man down.
The nervousness stems from the fact that I put on a little bit of weight recently, and this shirt's fitting kind of tight, so I've been kind of sitting here fidgeting with that.
It's okay, man.
Oh, you
Hey,
look great, man.
Thank you.
I'm there too, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say your favorite joke is that you wrote? Either a favorite joke to you or one that gets the biggest pop. And that's only if you want to share it. Don't feel like you have to share it.
Oh, no, I have a few ones. So actually, one of my favorite jokes that I wrote, I have since found out that a well-known famous comic also does that joke, but I
no.
wrote it years ago and I didn't know anyone that had ever done it. And it's kind of hacky, but I just like it. The joke is I want to get a tattoo on my penis of a bigger penis. Right?
Yeah.
Bobby Lee, he's had it. It's his. It's not mine. But it is mine. Like I wrote it years ago. It's a very low-hanging fruit joke, but I had done it for years and I always felt like for one-liners I stood by it.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
So I found out that he did that too because I wrote a joke before I knew that he did that, but I'm short. I'm 5'7", right?
Yeah.
So I said I wanted to get a tattoo of myself on myself, but only a couple inches taller.
Right. Yes.
I said that.
It's
And then I
I think
found out
it's
that it was already done, but with the penis, and I was like, well, fuck,
yeah.
now I can't do that.
It's also like it's kind of one of those global jokes where like it's not I think it's one of those jokes that's kind of floating around and it just comes into most of our heads. But the San Antonio comics don't know that.
There you go.
Yeah, I have some that I love. I have one that's long, but it's actually about my dad. He committed suicide in 2023, and so I do a nice long chunk about that. And I'm really proud of it because it's me getting to joke about something that it's tough. It's a tough process to go through losing somebody, but getting to kind of take that tension of, oh gosh, I've got this thing in my life and making it work as a joke is what I think makes me like it. And then one more one-liner that I think is just dumb and fun is I think I did my 23andMe wrong. You guys you did your 23andMe, right? You get to send in and see what your results were. I think I did mine wrong because I'm 100% cum. So
Okay, hold on. I like that one.
Oh, thank you.
That was good.
Yeah, that's one where if people don't laugh, I go, "That's a thinker. That's a thinker." Like,
yeah, I get it because it's not. Yeah, that's actually a good point that you made about your dad, though, because we actually talked about that last week. I've been completely avoiding the whole Charlie Kirk thing.
yeah,
Because it's been a huge thing and it's totally sad. I don't see how whatever side you're on, you can't see that this was just a sad event, and I've been avoiding it. But last week, somebody came on here and we actually talked about it a little bit. And Travis just kind of spoke on the topic of comedy. So, like, the tragedy itself is sad, but the comedy should be able to be there. And I think that's like a beautiful thing. Just like you mentioned with your dad, like that's one of the unspeakable things that you don't want to talk about. But that's why we have comedy, to kind of alleviate that pain and that sadness that we feel, so that we can express it and kind of let go of it in a way that's more healthy than it would be to bottle it all up and everything. So like, do you feel that that's what comedy provides for you, as a nice outlet for things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the most important thing to me. And I think people come to comedy for relief. And so it's our job to provide that, right? So for me with the Charlie Kirk thing, I my initial reaction was, this is just a disgusting thing. Like, I had all these emotions about, God, where are we as a society and as people, and why did this happen, and what are going to be the fallout effects of this, and just also how disturbing it was. And now everyone had to see it online, and you couldn't get away from it, you couldn't avoid seeing it. And I feel the same way, no matter how you feel about the guy. Somebody getting shot and killed is not a solution to whatever people don't agree with about him. But I ran head first into making jokes, not because I necessarily want to go on stage and go, yeah, fuck this guy, blah, blah, blah. This kind of myth of people celebrating it, which I don't really think was necessarily happening to the extent that people were saying it was, but to almost take that feeling in my gut of like, oh God, this is horrible, and relieve it. Exactly like you're saying. Like, when I first lost my dad, I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to joke about it. It took some time. And I think for everybody, comedians too, it takes, you need to soak it in and take that time. But I think certain people are better at taking it in, having the feelings, and then still being able to like come up with the thing that's going to make them and everyone around them laugh or have that reaction. I used to love when, I used to love the story of, what's his name? He made the 9/11 joke.
Oh, Ari Shafir.
No, well, Ari Shafir does that. I like that Ari Shafir goes right for the jugular right away. But it was what's his name? He talks like this. He's the guy that Godfrey got like banned or something, got like fired from something, like right in, I think, around 9/11, because he did a 9/11 joke at one of the roasts that back in the day was big in Comedy Central. And I just thought that was like kind of kick-ass and punk rock. I don't love that a bunch of people die in the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
But I also just love that we don't let tragedy keep us from powering through. I know that they say that during World War II, the Jews were actually known to joke and laugh and try to make the most of such a horrible experience being in these camps, because that's how you get through stuff. That's how you get through tough stuff. You can't just, have your head down, crying, soldiering through. It's like life is more than just that,
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I feel like I hopped on it too when Charlie Kirk was killed, but I like to challenge myself comedically of like how to approach the line but not cross it. And so it's more of like everything that I do is kind of like it's just not practice. What do you call it? It's just creative writing. Like, just seeing how far I can push things without going over that boundary. But like, I made a joke, I wouldn't say almost instantly, but maybe the next day. I was like, you ever notice how when people lose arguments, they always want to go straight for the jugular?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that joke. I thought that was great. And I thought
Classy.
kind of what you're thinking, that's a well-written joke.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I wasn't feeling like those raw emotions. I think are the things that I can almost compartmentalize and go, that raw emotion is just for us living. The joke is like such a well-written joke,
And Travis made a great point last week. He also brought up 9/11 too. He was like, 9/11 is a tragedy. Charlie Kirk is a tragedy, but the jokes aren't the tragedies themselves. Like he said that. So he made a great point with that. And then I just lost my train of thought. But
well, my Charlie Kirk joke that I would go on stage and we talk about going up to the line was I would just go up and I would just say like, how was y'all's 9/11 Eve? And then everyone would kind of react. And I would be like, for a guy that could dodge questions,
oh shit.
you know, and it's like that, like you're saying, Harmon, like walking up to the line and trying to have something that feels a little creative or a little nuanced that is a take on that. I think
If you're just gonna be a fucking asshole and be like, oh yeah, I'm glad this guy, he deserved it, you know. It's just crazy to me. Oh, that was the thing I just remembered. So we're talking about a guy who was killed who loved the fact that he was on South Park and they made fun of him.
Yeah.
You know, he loved it. Like I would love it. If South Park like just totally ripped me a new one, I'd be like, fuck yeah, that's amazing.
I'm relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I'm socially relevant because they have their finger on the pulse of society and like, okay, I'm in that. That's fucking great. So yeah, you should be able to joke about
it. And I honestly like we say, we have different views on these things. Like I don't agree with like almost 99% of the stuff that he would say. But what I can absolutely appreciate about Charlie Kirk was he was such a free speech advocate. And like that to me is kind of the core shell of like, can you guys appreciate that that was the kind of person that he was, no matter what he said and however you felt about him? And he would be an advocate for us sitting here making jokes. And
for sure,
you know, he wouldn't his reaction wouldn't be like what some people have been doing lately to react, you know.
No.
And I feel like the people in the towers would have had a good laugh, you know. Like,
yeah. So there are some people for sure.
There were a couple of fun New Yorkers who were like, "You gotta be fucking kidding!" You know, like good sense of humor about it all.
Oh, look at this fucking guy jumping out. What are you, a pussy?
This fucking fag. Hey, oh!
Hey, I'm jumping here. I'm jumping here.
Oh, shit. I gotta say, for only a split second of doing it as well, your Gilbert Godfrey was good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do. I am a bit of a mimic, and I was super excited to do Bush because like I haven't done Bush in so long, and you haven't needed to because he found his way to slip out in the night, you know, like as he left, he did not make a big scene about it, which, you know, I love that about a lot of good war criminals stay on top of just getting out of the limelight.
Yeah, he's like a reverse Hitler. He did all the dictatorial stuff and then became a painter.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Hitler was a sweetheart as a baby. Bush became a sweetheart after all the stuff that he did, you know. But I mean, I've always been kind of a mimic. Like before I ever had jokes or was like participatorily funny, I would do characters for my dad and my mom and my brothers and sisters to get them to laugh, because I think before we can use our brains to be funny and to be writers, we as kids kind of latch on to the most obvious or most like almost animalistic form of comedy, be it like physical comedy or voices or sounds or reactions and stuff like that. And so I was very much like a physical comedy kid. And I remember I was a bit of a nudist growing up, and I still am, but
hell yeah, me too.
Well, I mean, things really slow down when you're on a registry. So I like a lot of the time I was naked. So I would be out in our front yard at like 5 or 6 naked running around. And people don't realize, my siblings don't understand, like I was aware enough to know it was funny that I was running around shaking my wiener. It wasn't just that I wanted to be out and about. I thought like, okay, well, they're thinking it's funny, so let me keep doing cartwheels in the backyard with my little boy dick flopping around. So yeah, voices and like physical comedy stuff have always
Well,
been.
yeah, you already mentioned Will Ferrell, you mentioned Chris Farley, so of course
Yeah.
you're into that type of stuff.
Yeah, I was a huge Frank Caliendo fan. I really
Oh,
love
yeah.
Daryl
Me too.
Hammond. Yes, yeah. Caliendo, I think, is like a sleeper. He's one of those guys that can do impressions that are so good. His whole face changes,
Yeah.
everything changes.
You
And
damn near think he has like a filter on or something.
yeah. His bush is perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll say like a lot of the impressions that I do, I get closer to it being good because I'm doing an impression of them. You know, everyone does Dana Carvey doing Bush Senior. Not a lot of people can do Bush Senior because he's not a very specifically sounding
Yeah, true.
person. But not gonna do it, Like that is Carvey. So everyone wants to do his impression. And I found that Caliendo's Bush and Farrell's Bush was like the Bush that I could do. But like to me, that's super fun, and it's fun to in the craft of trying to learn how to sound like somebody, learning that like, oh, even if you move your mouth in a certain way, you can sound different.
Well, the thing that I like about Caliendo as well is he kind of teaches people how to do that.
He does, yeah.
He's like, you
Yeah,
gotta like you use the back of your throat to pause. All right, Joffrey, I caught myself. Yeah, to make like an O shape and then force the air that like he walks you through it, and it's pretty cool.
Right.
There's actually a guy that I became friends with through all this. His name is Kirk Williams, and we had him on the podcast before. He dresses up and does an amazing Trump. Amazing. He actually did it for Frank Caliendo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he got the honor of doing it, and Frank was like, "That was fucking good."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and the same thing with Bush, with Trump, like it's a mouth thing. Like when you do that, it's easier to push the words out because he's like opening his lips out up and out. And when I do Trump and when I put on the makeup, and your friend might have the same experience where my mouth is stuck like that. It's a weird thing to feel like embodying can be like outside in, rather than like inside out. And I think that's why I always enjoyed doing stage stuff. Like Travis, like I enjoyed putting on a costume and being someone else. And when I do characters or impressions, I almost find myself to be even better on my feet or better on my toes and better on stage because I'm embodying someone and I can go, well, that's not Sam. That's, Trump or Bush, or I used to do an Amish character, and like I could put the hat on, grow the beard, have the suspenders, and people would genuinely believe I was an Amish from North Texas that was just there to do comedy for the first time. So
that's awesome.
that was one of the first things I did because I was so scared to go up as myself and be like, "Here's Sam Haynie." It's like, fuck, if I put my name on this, I'm going to go to jail. Like I used to think like there's no way I can't get away with
you can
whatever.
You can do parody. Parody's fine.
Yeah.
I had to look that up myself when I did the William Montgomery parody account,
Right.
So,
Yeah, exactly. You had to nail the Montgomery voice. Yeah.
Well, no, mine was all written.
Right.
So mine was like,
but
you could
as
just
a
read it in
writer,
his
you
voice.
as a writer, you have to capture how he would write,
His essence, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, well, this has been an amazing half hour. I'm so
great,
glad we
man.
had you on, dude. You're just full of knowledge and life, and I had a really great time learning about you and everything. So one thing that we offer people, if you ever have anything big coming up or whatever, and you want to kind of like push it out there, we'll allow you to come on for like 10, 15 minutes, do whatever you want to do, promote your stuff, plug whatever. And right now is a good time to plug away.
Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram at Haynie Sam. That's HAYNIESAM. I like to post videos and stuff there. I do impressions. I like to make videos about how shitty JoJo Siwa is and how she's the worst.
Yo, so do I.
Dude, me too. Yeah,
Dude,
let's do
I
it.
hate on JoJo Siwa. Fuck
Yeah, yeah. I became like JoJo Siwa hater #1 in San Antonio, so we should get together and have a fan club. But
Fuck yeah.
put out videos, and in the nearest future, I am putting out on YouTube a satirical Donald Trump TV show called Never Ending Winning, where he goes through his illustrious career and reacts and explains how his life is just a beautiful golden gem of a life. But yeah, you can see me doing comedy around San Antonio. I do improv at Comedy Sports in Austin. And other than that, so happy to be on here. Thanks, Harmon, Travis. You guys were the best. I'd love to come back. I'll be happy to come back as whomever. You just let me know.
Sweet. Yeah, and sorry for the mix-up with that, man. So those that
dude,
don't
you're
know,
good. You're
I
good.
asked him to do Bush, and he agreed. And then there was like miscommunication where I thought you
Yeah.
weren't gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then like a couple days before, you were like, "Hey, are we still on with that?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Bro, my bad."
Dude, I was ready to shave. I was ready to go get some makeup. I was like, I gotta get some hair gray, babe. I was talking to my fiance. I'm like, babe, we gotta get hair gray because I gotta nail it and I'm gonna get the hair. So trust me, hey, my guarantee to you, Harmon, next 9/11, I'm yours. I'm yours.
Dude, this might be the best 9/11 ever. Which is crazy because this past one literally was the worst 9/11
I know, dude. I woke up 9/11 morning ready to open my 2 very tall packages that were next to each other, and I wake up to the news, and I'm like, "Dang it!
I
The
know,
Grinch stole
dude.
Christmas."
It sucked, man.
Dude, it
And then
sucked
I
so
had
much.
another package that just like mysteriously crumbled. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
just like this
yeah.
weird-
I had a package that got lost in a field in Pennsylvania. It sucked, man.
Yeah, UPS sucks.
I know, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on, brother. It's been a blast.
It's
I
been
appreciate
awesome. Thanks so much. All right,
Yep.
I'm gonna float away back to Little St. James Island. Oh fuck! Stop following me, camera.
it. Have a good night, dude.
All right, see you, buddy.
Later,
Peace.
bro. Travis, you can help him out.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna help you fuck off. Have a good night.
Later. All right, everybody. That was Sam K Haynie. Go check him out. Funny dude, man. That was fucking great.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite interviews so far.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, so let's get down what this podcast is all about with the first show concept of the night. What is the real cause of autism?
All right. The real cause of autism, and as always, I am going to be reading off all of the jokes that got at least 3 reactions. Now let me get to scrolling here. First of all, before I get started, I saw one joke in particular. It came from Sierra Midst. The joke doesn't qualify because she didn't write it in time. It was after the end of jokes. But I'm gonna read it off because it is very similar to the joke that I came up for this concept before we got started here.
Oh.
Yeah. The way I said it was, I don't know what the real cause of autism is, but to be safe, don't get pregnant while a train's being run on you. And what Sierra said was, I thought autism was caused from running a train on your mom.
Travis, I'm sorry, but I like how she worded it better.
Shit, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
But that was great.
All right. So, for the jokes that do qualify, first we have our illustrious comedy tour guide, Brian Lewis, who said, the real cause is 2 parents fucking on expert mode.
Okay.
Yeah. Do love to fuck on expert mode, though. Next, we have Mr. Dan Zilladrums, and he said, LOL, being exploited by your uncle doesn't make you a child actor, Travis. That was not a joke for the concept, but thank you, Dan.
Dan, what an asshole.
Next, we have Alex AK, and he said, autism, OUGHT-ISM, sounds like a diagnosis for someone who is inspirationally optimistic. Sounds like Kyle. Kyle might have autism.
Oh, Kyle definitely has autism.
Oh, yeah. Next, we have Shane Capture Lucas, our roast master, and he said, the real cause of autism is eating anything at the Willy Wonka factory while pregnant. And next we have Phil Lombardo, and Phil said, want autism? Fully thrust the... No, sorry, let me take that from the top. Want autism? Fully trust the pharmaceutical industry.
Mm-hmm.
Say fully trust the locomotion industry. Next we have Kyle Yamkowski, and Kyle said, autism is created by the wife taking a little too much tussin when sick. Yeah. And next we have tour guide Brian Lewis, and Brian said, the real cause is too many tabs open when the baby was loading. Nice. Next we have Jacob Offender D. Legal. And Offender said, my son has autism, and I'm pretty sure it's because my wife sucked my balls from the back. That'll do it.
Damn, I gotta get my son checked.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You never know, man. Offender also said, one thing to consider is when it comes to autism and the causes, did you purposely miss the cracks on the sidewalk? Did you? I did. Uh-oh. And that's it.
Okay. All right.
All right, let me hit us with a refresh here, and...
Nothing too crazy.
Well, there's... First concept, there's going to be lots of room for crazy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me go back here and see if the person who's the winner is still the winner. I think he is.
I'm going to take a stab at it. I'm going to take a guess at who it was.
All right.
Brian Lewis.
The winner, with a total of 6 reactions, had the joke, the real cause of autism is too many tabs open while the baby is loading, and that was none other than Brian Lewis.
He's quickly becoming a fan favorite. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and a great comic.
Yeah. And so if you guys could, I never asked this, but we're looking a little light in the chat tonight, right? In the comments. If you guys could, while Brian is coming on, just go share this. Go share this post, you know? Share this live stream on your Facebook, on wherever you want to share it. Share it with your mom, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Sam, he commented on here. He said the joke isn't admissible in joke court. Autism is caused by a stork getting kicked in the head by a donkey before delivering your child.
But
well, my mom does look like a stork, and my dad is a jackass, so that makes sense.
What's up?
Hey.
I'm always surprised that this thing's working. Okay, yeah, and this thing's working too. Okay, all 3 of us are here. All right, good. Oh, look. We're all
gang.
all culted up tonight. Oh, shit.
Gang vibe.
You know, I never like the way I sound when this thing starts up. Like when I start to hear my own voice, it's probably the worst thing that's happened to me all fucking day long, man. I'm like, God, I sound like a woman that smokes cigarettes. Like, I swear, like a mid-60s, early 60s old woman and it's like no matter what, like when I get in arguments with my family, you should hear my mom will love to snap back and be like, Sheila, you sound like a fucking girl. I don't even want to start bringing it up. It'll ruminate and make me feel really fucking terrible. Probably get PTSD. I'm all worried about all that all the time. Anyway,
Well,
what we have done. Yeah.
before we get into it, let's drop the second Joe concept of the night. And before we drop that, if you guys could go and you know what, we'll give you a 2-minute head start, guys. All right, we'll give you 2 minutes before we start the clock. I'm gonna drop the Joe concept, give you a 2-minute start. Go and share this. Tag it on Facebook, tag all your folks, do whatever. Let's get the chat like really popping tonight. Let's give you guys some competition. I don't know why we're so low tonight, but also, if you are watching this on YouTube right now, come on over to Facebook. If you want to participate, come hang out with us in the chat and Facebook. That's where the chat is popping off. All right, so for the second joke concept of the night. Okay. A little similar. You know you have autism when Brian, let's go to our autistic senior correspondent, Brian Lewis. You know you have autism when.
Oh, you asking me when I have autism? I've always got fucking autism. I don't know what's going on right now. You're asking me. I'm froze up. You just gave me autism. I just autistic right there. Oh, I'm frozen. What happened? Like for real.
You're not frozen, dude.
No, I mean I froze up. You said
not to us. Oh, you mean you? Oh, you mean you? I got.
Yeah, you said something. I didn't know you were asking me a question, and I think once it hit me, I didn't realize that you were asking me that, and I go, "Oh no, caught off guard." I was sitting here looking at this. This is the main problem right now.
Oh shit! How's it a problem?
Dude, it is so fucking hot outside, and they don't tell you that you just because you have this doesn't mean ditch the toilet paper. I mean, like about 5 minutes, guaranteed. You go outside, you're gonna have swamp ass, no matter what you do.
Look, you have autism when you think you could buy extra large dude wipes, and that means you don't have to buy toilet paper as well.
Dude, that shit it's the worst because like you can't fucking like your asshole is gonna be wet no matter what you do. You're gonna have to always carry a little bit of toilet paper around with you to dry your ass. But if I reveal the biggest secret, I don't know, it might fucking fuck me up. This one might tear my social credit down to nothing. Are y'all ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, gross. I don't know about this. I thought I was the only one in the world that had done this when I was a fat boy back in the day. I was always afraid of the sweaty butthole problem. I gotta shut my door for this one. All right, good. All right, fucking the thing that was the worst would be like I was always afraid of getting that sweat mark in the butthole part of your pants, like sitting in class and you have a sweaty butthole. And I thought the best logic that I had was like, all right, let's roll up some toilet paper and stick it in your butt all day long, and then just leave it in there. And then I was watching TV one day. It was MTV. It was what's that show? Fucking
Pimp My Ride.
It was Rob Dyrdek, and he was talking. It was when Big was still alive, and fucking he was walking, and a piece of toilet paper fell out of his butthole, and he called it a man pond. And I was like, "Whoa, that's exactly what it is. It's like a fucking little goddamn piece of toilet paper you just stick in your asshole, and it just keeps all the sweat from getting to your seat of your britches, so nobody sees what's going on in there, so they don't see your fucking sweat stain." I know that's fucking gross, and I'm not probably all there today, and not probably all there at all. Fucking.
I got a question for you. Are
Yes.
there days where you are all there?
Oh yeah, those are the days where I'm doing well. I mean, I do things and I do them all right. Um, I've got one of my roadie friends. I recruited somebody into the room tonight. His name's Dave Arsenault. He's in here tonight, and he's who I took on ACDC tour with me, and got to witness a lot of the fucking mayhem that happens while you're out there. And that's about the only time I feel really alive. Anyway, when I'm doing that, I feel like I'm myself. I feel good. I always like traveling and being on the road. I like being in front of a lot of people. Like what broke that, like the way I got over being around tons of people and not being shy was on Britney Spears, we had to sell glow sticks and we had to walk around and sell those motherfuckers. And the only way, even you could sell them, crack them open, make them light up, everything, but they don't sell themselves, believe it or not. You had to yell at everybody. You have to sell it. You have to go, Britney Spears souvenirs, $5 or whatever it is. Britney Spears glow sticks, $5 or whatever, and fucking draw a crowd to you and start selling like that. And fucking, you got to do that in front of everybody. It's just kind of weird. It just felt at first, it was so embarrassing. It just didn't feel good at all. And like at Pearl Jam shows, you had to do the same thing. Like just people would be walking past you, you got to yell Pearl Jam souvenirs, Pearl Jam posters, and shit like that. And people are gonna say nasty things to you and reply back to you like, what the fuck, fuck you. Like one day at Incubus show in Green Bay, Wisconsin, this kid called me a capitalist pig. I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing you could call. I was like, capitalist pig, dude. That's the band selling posters. Fuck them, don't fuck around. Yeah, he barfed all over my Birkenstock sandals. It was disgusting as fuck. That was in 2003. And they gave away a Honda Civic at every one of those shows, and it was just Incubus is the worst band in the world too. They're the fucking meanest pieces of shit. They're the worst. They're the lousiest people I've ever worked for ever. The other bands, everybody else was way nicer. Like everybody, I got to meet almost every band that I worked for except for Incubus, and didn't get to meet the Rolling Stones or Bruce Springsteen or any of that kind of shit. Those big ones, they don't really. The merchandise crew people don't really get close to them. The merch crew is looked at as like the lowest end of the totem pole out there. But they make all the money that pays for the transportation, all the hotels, the taxes that the band has to pay in each city and state whenever they're performing and whatever they owe, the venue and all that. It covers tons of expenses, and and it's pretty good money. I mean, like you can make around $1,000 a night easy, just standing there selling shit, yelling at people that are drunk to come buy your crap, and then move on to the next town. And depending on what kind of tour you're on, and if you're single, it can be the best situation that you've ever had in your whole life, or it can. I was engaged and I was on Bon Jovi tour at the same time, and we were in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the sheriff of Dayton, Ohio's wife pulled my dick out of my pants in the Mellon Arena where the Pittsburgh Penguins used to play hockey before they tore it down. And I mean, like, and she kept buying beers. Called me her favorite little. I mean, I had my fiance was right across from me, and I'm like, and it was just pure molestation, like complete, like just getting just grabbed, and it was fun. But I mean, like, on ACDC, that we didn't do the entire tour, we only did the tail end of it. But like, I had a Brazilian woman and another lady like right in front of me, just both of them at the same time. The Brazilian lady just grabs my right arm and she goes, I am from Brazil. And that's all she said, and just stared at me like a fucking creep. And I was like, whoa, it was awesome. I loved it. Then the girl in front of me she said she was in an open relationship, and I was and it was all nice, but that's just how that rolls. And it's like that every day. And I had a really good time in Chicago. I was trying to figure out something to do. That's when we went and saw the Bean and all that kind of shit. I think this is the most normal I've ever talked with y'all. Like, this is the most leveled out with my energy I've ever been with you guys.
I need to ask you something. So
Yeah.
I love talking about like awareness, right? So
Oh, yeah.
like you're aware that you are high energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
not doing it. You're not like doing a character right now. Like we're seeing your true authentic self right now. Is that
Oh,
correct?
yeah. You can ask
I love
anybody
it.
that knows me. Is that? I hope that's okay.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
fuck yeah.
fucking love it, dude. I'm not talking bad at all. I want to know that this is your true authentic self because like you're fucking captivating, bro. I could just
Oh
sit here
wow.
and listen to you for a half hour.
Dude, my friend Dave is way funnier than me, dude, and he's in this room, and I swear to God, he needs an uplifting, man. That guy has been through so much shit, and he's just got to get used to y'all. And I swear, man, he's somebody I've put a lot of investment in as a friend, and somebody I look after, man, because I took him out on ACDC, and he killed it. He outsold. I mean, dude, there are people on that tour that have been doing this shit for over 40 years selling this fucking shit to crowds of 20,000 plus every night, and he goes out there and has never done it and blew their asses out of the fucking water. And like, and they're all from Stuttgart, Germany too, and they don't like me the fuck all. In fact, you should see one of the messages. I tried to make an amends to my old boss, and she goes, Brian, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You threatened to burn my house down and ruin my life. Yeah, goodbye. Like, that's exactly what she said too.
Well,
And I
hold
was
on,
work.
pause, hold on. Did you?
Yeah, it was hardcore. Dude, I was
No,
so
so
mad
she's
when
not
I
a
did it
crazy
too.
bitch. You're crazy.
Well, I did it like 10 years ago, you know? Like fucking I was really mad because I found out that they had well, if I were to make like $100 in a night, they would add extra zero to that thing and take their money and put it on my head, you know? And I was like, whoa. And they never thought that would catch up with me, but the IRS doesn't let that shit go. And so when it caught up, I just blasted her and just kept going off on her and shit. And it was when I relapsed on drinking at one point. And Dave, the guy in the room, got me, helped me get out of that particular relapse. He was with me when that shit happened, man. Like with a fistful of LSD, got me out of that. And but I was a dry drunk for 3 years at least. Then I crashed again. But anyway, fucking no, this lady's name was Sunny, man. Dave got out there and outsold Sunny's ass, and it was so fucking beautiful. I mean, like watching that bitch have to fucking just sell like a little peon like me. I mean, it was so nice because she's way up there in the company. They're all millionaires in real life, man. And like, it was good watching two of us fucking retards go out there and just smoke their asses and shit. And what was real good, we were getting preferential treatment too. Like, we were being put in the best spots. We were Dave was being put in the entrance every night, which is like the best place to be. And I was put out on the field, you know, like out on the out in the seat, like out on the ground and shit. Fucking and this it was just great getting to do that. And then we get home and find out that my boss, my tour boss, I was hoping to get to do ACDC in November, which is in Australia, because it's their farewell. Oh my god, that sounded so whale. Oh my god, you hear that shit? Whoa. Fucking anyway, well, they fucking there's a tour going this fall. It's November, and but my boss found out he has inoperable bone cancer in his spine. He just found this out. He's 58 years old, and oh man, it makes me so sad thinking about it because he fucking I don't know. That guy regarded me highly amongst everybody else, the best American that they had. And fucking, I stuck around. I was very loyal to him, and he's got me so many fucking cool jobs. And it just sucks to see this happen to him. And oh my god, you should have seen him. He could have done cartwheels and shit during May, and then found this out in fucking July. He found this out. Just imagine. I mean, dude was like so like superior for a 58-year-old. He was doing lines of he's like doing blow and like able to do these things and still be just a badass, you know. And but you know, it was really good to be able to get to do that because if that's the last tour I ever get to do, then that was a good way to end it, you know, and move on to something else. Because I swear, I've made a promise to myself: the next time I travel is going to be Kill Tony related.
Okay.
Definitely, it's
I hope
definitely
so.
100%. And I'm gonna
Shit,
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know. Yeah,
All
sorry.
right, dude.
I don't know when, I don't know where, but it'll be whenever and however it happens, but it'll happen because I already told myself it's happening. So
Well,
whenever I
dude,
do that,
we love all the stories, man. I love you coming on here, and I appreciate everything that you do. And I hope your boy gets on tonight. I want to meet him too. Dave, you said?
Dude, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, vote. Well, if he's funny enough, Dave, you gotta hear that. You gotta be funny enough first. And here's, I want you to see how my 45-year-old self keeps my face smooth. Look at this. L'Oreal,
You
Vitalift, anti-aging wrinkle cream, motherfucker. This shit is the fucking. It keeps me beautiful. See?
damn, dude. Just like your joke that you said, you put your face on expert mode.
Oh my God, you have to think of this as the simulation, man, and look at it like you're fucking a computer the entire time, or you ain't gonna get anywhere.
Okay.
That's how this
All
rolls.
right. Well, quote
The
that. Quote
Matrix.
that, folks. Act like you're fucking a computer, or you ain't getting anywhere.
Yeah, you ain't getting anywhere.
All
But
right,
yeah,
Brian.
dude.
As
All right,
always,
y'all.
man, it's been a pleasure, buddy.
All right, I love y'all, and I'll see
Love you,
y'all
man.
next week, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye-bye.
Later.
See ya.
All right, the high energy Brian Lewis. That guy is a trip and a half, man. I love it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you get them going hard enough, the propeller just kind of spins on its own.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that propeller spinning. All right. So let's get down to it. Second joke concept of the night. You know you have autism when.
Let's see. As always, reacting the jokes that get 3 reactions or more. First up, we have none other than Phil Lombardo. Phil said, I know I'm autistic and you can too. Just call 800-222-2222. I'll dial
Sounds
that.
about right.
Yeah, I probably should. Next, we have Shane Capshalukas, and he said, oh, a lot. You know you have autism when you make every noise from the intro of Baba O'Reilly with your mouth before you let the elevator doors close and everyone in your apartment building hates you for it.
Okay.
Don't know who Baba O'Reilly is, but I believe him.
Yeah. Okay.
Next.
In the words of Travis, very cool.
Yeah. Next, we have Dan Zilla Drums, and he said, you know you have autism when you can taste salt just by thinking about it really hard.
Damn.
Oh,
man, I'm
yeah.
autistic.
Ooh, salty.
I knew it.
Yeah. Next, Cole Burner. Cole said, you know you have autism when you wake up from surgery and the first thing you want to do is message the fucking CWG chat. Hell yeah, autism. Thank you, Cole. And next is Danzilla Drums. Dan said, you know you have autism when you can't stop texting your boyfriend while you're trying to evade the police. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, but it's probably...
Me neither.
Yeah. Next, once again, we have Dan Zilla Drums, and he said, you know you have autism. What do you have to go to sleep at night blasting DMX and slamming bottles of Tylenol PM? Word. And next, we have Shane Lucas. And Shane said, you know you have autism when you start a podcast by saying, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Who said that?
Shane Lucas.
Shane. Shane gets points for that.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And now we have Dan Zilla Drums, and he said, I can just answer this question with a screenshot.
With what he's watching right now, I guess.
Probably.
All right, Dan loses points.
Yeah. All right. And that was all of them.
Damn, man. Okay, that was all of them. All right, who do we have as a winner, Travis? Refresh that screen.
Yep. Yeah, let me hit it with a refresh so, the people who got in late can have kind of a shot.
Yeah.
Um, all right, let's see. There might be some new ones to read off too.
Did they come in after you said end of jokes?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here's one. From Phil Lombardo. He said, "You know you have autism when you are Brian Lewis." It's got to be that. All right. So, the winner with a total of 6 reactions had the joke, "You know you have autism when you can taste salt just by thinking about it really hard." And that was Dan Zilla Drums.
Dan, you know how it works, man. You know how it works.
Mhm.
All right. Well, while we're waiting on Dan, I will go ahead and get down to the third joke concept of the night. Unexpected things. Oh, sorry. Unexpected thing to turn out to be an Israeli psyop.
Boom. Yeah, and I got an idea for a joke concept for next week. I ain't gonna say it out loud though. It was given to me by our featured guest tonight.
Oh, okay. All
Hint,
right.
hint.
Yeah, what was the one? Hold on. What about something about getting dirty in their dingers? I like that.
I used
Dirty
that.
in their dingers.
I did use that as a threat to get people to react to the jokes. People who do not react to jokes got 30 dingers.
Yeah, I saw that. I like that. Oh, and look who enters the chat. Mike Freezy's colon.
Oh, and he loves us all, especially me. Fuck yeah.
You-
Thank you. Love you
You
too,
know,
Freezy.
I think there's no coincidence that last week Freezy was on here talking about how he's not drinking as much anymore, but he's been using Tylenol PM to help him go to sleep.
Ooh.
So I think Trump was on to something. Tylenol definitely causes autism. Speaking of autism, Dan Zilla Drums.
There it is. I was just counting stuff.
Oh, cool, man.
How many were there?
69.
Fuck yeah.
69.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is my go-to number. How's it going?
Good, man. We thought that you would enjoy this joke concept. This next one. Did you hear it already?
No, I don't. I don't unless I'm on. I don't really pay attention to the show.
Unexpected things to turn out to be an Israeli psyop.
I don't want to go. We should.
Really, last week we were all about it.
The entire audience.
Yeah. What if
I
like
would-
comedy?
My joke, by the way, was I was trying to reference the shooter constantly texting his boyfriend while he's trying to evade the police.
Oh, how did we not get that?
It wasn't well written. That's why. If it was well written, you would have gotten it.
Yeah, now I
It
get
probably wouldn't have been. It's not even that funny, so it doesn't matter. The end goal is the same. It sucks.
Yeah, you
I
got
thought,
all.
I thought Shane's was funny too, just because you guys don't get the song. I don't want to like sing it, but it's like that the Teenage Wasteland song.
Oh,
So it has that whole build up for like 20 minutes, and he's saying,
Yeah.
picture somebody going into an elevator and doing that 5-minute build up, with no instruments.
Yeah. Okay.
And when
Yeah.
you visualize that, that's very funny. So I'm just saying.
Damn. How did Shane know that reference? He was getting on to us. He was like, "How the fuck do you guys not know that? You're 10 years older than me."
My guess is with his worldview, he probably hangs out with a lot of older gentlemen.
Probably. With his worldview, he hangs out with himself. Let's be real. Love you, Shane. Yeah. What are you drinking there?
It's a THC drink, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I know some folks that drink that. I just learned recently, like 2 months ago, because I haven't been in a liquor store in forever, but they sell those right in the liquor store.
Yeah,
They
I
do?
didn't either. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, I have to go shopping for stuff all the time, and now I actually am like, oh, I got something that I can get from the store that's cool.
Awesome.
You know,
Oh, you don't drink?
I probably for not. I quit counting, but it's probably like close to like 15-ish years or so. Yeah.
Really? Not one drop of alcohol?
Uh.
Fuck yeah. Dude, how did I not know that about you? That's crazy.
Yeah, I keep it all really tight.
Good. Good.
I hope so.
Hell yeah. No, I always like I had issues with it for sure, and it got to a point where I was like, I think like with everybody, obviously, you get to a point where it's like it's gonna go one way or the other, and it just turned into a big mess. It was like I think I want to like try, like if I'm gonna be on this planet, I at least want to give it a shot. You
Yeah.
know, like
but you're good with weed.
Yeah.
Weed's fine.
yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. He's like, I'm slowly going downhill because of that.
No, I've and my issue when I would drink, I would just like continues. I could go to like bar open to close, days on end kind of shit, and like I don't like if people are drinking around me, I'm not like sitting there like freaking out and stuff. Like I've been in bands and stuff where we've played at places where it's just people are coming up, hey, you want to drink? And I'm not like sitting there going, oh no, you know, it's just and no offense to anybody that goes through that. I guess that's not nice, but like,
yeah, fuck them, dude. Total offense.
That's not my experience with it, but mine is like if I could probably even have maybe one good day with it, but the one really bad day will be so bad it will like not be worth all the other shit, you know. So
same here.
I can't, and now I actually have like everything in my life has gotten so incrementally better since I quit drinking, like in every single way, like every single thing. So it's just, and now I have a family and shit and all this kind of stuff, you know, and then like I would never, you know, I don't want to introduce that into their life or like, you know, they don't even know me as that possibility of that person, and I want to keep it that way, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Actually, it's crazy because I never thought that I would be sober. You know what I mean? Like totally stone cold sober. It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But I am.
Dog in the world.
We're all dog in the world, man. But like even earlier today, me and my girl were talking about alcohol. I said something about alcohol. We were talking about this person that possibly has an issue. And I was like, yeah, and his breath smelled like alcohol or something like that.
Yeah.
And my daughter was like, what's alcohol? And she's 5. So I'm like, damn, she doesn't even know what the hell that word is.
That's good.
You know, let alone has she ever smelled it on my breath or anything like that. So I was like, you know, big ups to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, you don't know what alcohol is? Try this. No.
Yeah, I think when I was 6, I was already like having to read like Al-Anon books and shit. You know what I mean?
Really?
I'm not even kidding. Like,
yeah. No, I didn't think you were.
It's a little
That'd be
funny.
a horrible joke.
What a loser.
Yeah. No, that's great. Actually, we have talked about you like partying before, but I didn't know that you were like sober today.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just I don't mind smoking and stuff. That doesn't really create an issue for me, you know. The drinking is just like out of hand, and I didn't really get too into like all the hard stuff too much.
You tried it though.
Oh yeah.
What did you try?
All of it.
Oh yeah. You tried meth?
No, actually, no. And
That's
for
the
all
one
the
I
small
haven't
towns I lived in, I've never even seen it.
Yeah. Dude, around here, I have a joke actually where it goes, people say that being gay isn't a choice. Well, then explain meth. Because I swear to God, there was this guy. So when I got sober, when I went to rehab, I moved down to the beach around here, and because that's like there's like this big area where like all the people that get out of rehab, they go to this one area.
Down by the beach.
Down by the beach.
Can't help it.
And so I met a bunch of people down there, but there was this one guy in particular, and we were both sober, and then we both relapsed together. And then next thing you know, he was like going on and doing harder. So I don't know what's harder, heroin or meth, but I just stuck with the heroin, and he started doing meth. And next thing you know,
A little bit country, a little bit rock and roll.
He's got a boyfriend and shit. And I'm like,
Glad you chose heroin, huh?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this guy must be bi. And I was like, dude, I never knew you were bi. And he was like, I'm not sure what I am, like, but it was all of a sudden because this dude was like getting chicks.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's getting dicks. And it got to the point where it got wild. So I didn't see him for like 3 days. And he finally hit me up and he was like, yo, man, I need to talk. And we met up. And I was homeless at the time. So we just like met. And he was like, dude, I ended up going with some dude to West Virginia. He said he had a house there. We went there and it was like in the middle of nowhere and he tried to rape me. And
That's
I
not
was
how
like,
Country Roads goes.
yeah, right.
West
That's the
Virginia.
remix. He was like, he tried to rape me. And I was like, what the fuck happened? He said, I beat him to an inch of his life. And I just started walking down this like dirt road essentially and just like finally got somebody. I got phone signal eventually and I called somebody. And dude, he was gone for 3 days. He looked completely different. Like
Yeah.
his face was sunken in and shit. And I was like, I'm glad I never touched that shit, dude.
I don't know the science behind that, but you can definitely tell when people have had some time with that stuff for sure.
Yeah, but 3 days, like looking
Yeah.
different. 3 days is crazy, dude.
Look like they've been through a war or something, you know?
Yeah, he had like 1,000-yard stare going on and all that shit. I was like, God damn. But
Like,
I've
that-
done
like,
enough Adderall to know what meth is like.
Yeah, I mean,
You
but
know?
that I don't know. I just there's nothing about that ever seemed appealing.
Me neither.
Like, and then like the crowd, like some of the heroin crowd, is kind of like I don't want to say sexier, but like it's got to be a
more
little bit
attractive.
more appealing than the meth crowd. Like you got to be, you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be like lured into these things, and I don't know how you get lured into the meth crowd.
I'm gonna be
I know
honest,
how.
bro. So how?
Because you get shit done. Like
But
the-
what? Like digging holes in the backyard that go to nowhere?
Digging
sometimes
holes
a
in your
hole needs
face?
to be dug. I mean, like a lot of people, like unironically, like not even joking, like a lot of people in like more blue collar lines of work, especially in places like West Virginia, they do it because work sucks, hard to focus, and they don't really have the energy to get through it because they have to show up to the job site at like 6 in the fucking morning, and then meth.
Yeah, you know what that's called? It's called be a fucking man, dude.
That's what every job's like, right? Like for the
Yeah.
most part.
Pretty much,
Just
yeah.
fucking
I get it. I
unless
get
you're
what you're
David Lee
saying.
Roth or some shit. Like life sucks.
Yeah. I mean, when I was doing Adderall in high school and shit, like I was getting shit done. I would come home and then organize all my fucking DVDs in alphabetical order and whatnot. It's like, and then the next day I was like, no, I got to put these in a Dewey Decimal System. Like, like it's crazy. It'll make you do some crazy work. And I would draw on there and I would write raps and songs and shit like that. So you do get shit done on it. I know that.
But
But
again,
it's just-
unimportant shit. You arranged your DVDs
Yeah.
and fucking probably spent 3 hours with a flashlight on your carpet looking for little bits of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that with fucking crack and cocaine before for sure.
And it probably paid off a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah. But you know what though? Some of the weed crowd has become unsufferable too lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or insufferable. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't really hang out in any crowds in real life too much, so I don't know too much.
Same.
I know like I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I would say, when you compare like meth and heroin, I'd say that both of those pale in comparison to PCP, which it's not nearly as prevalent as either one of those things, but there was a little while back in my hometown where that shit was really going around.
Yeah.
And
I got in an accident once.
yeah, like there was one guy, well, I never met the guy, but I knew his girlfriend. Or no, I knew a friend of his girlfriend, and she said that she got a hold of some, gave it to them, and then like 2 hours later, and he's like usually, a regular, totally fucking normal guy who does drugs sometimes. He just, he was swearing that, nothing is real, it's all a simulation, and then threw his girlfriend out of a 3rd-story balcony.
That's not nice.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Well, that's just like what Terrence McKenna said. He was like, pretty much saying your government's not protecting you from psychedelics. You know, they don't want you to open your mind and see the bullshit that they created. And he was like, if you think that you can fly, start on the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
exactly.
know, you don't have to test it from 20 stories up.
Half the people who do this shit are like so scared of like the alarm clock or something. They're not like running around fucking jumping out of windows.
Yeah. I just personally, I like to eat. I love food, and all those stimulants and uppers and all that shit kind of like suppress that. So I
Yeah.
have like no desire for it at
Yeah.
all. I will take me a Xanax and fucking kill a sub though.
Yeah, I don't like those at all. They like
Xanax?
I feel like they just ruin my next day.
Because you're all groggy and shit.
I just don't feel right. Like I feel like whatever restless leg syndrome is, I feel like whatever that is, I have the next day. Like everything just feels like all shitty. I don't know.
Oh, dude. So have you had restless leg syndrome?
I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe.
okay. Because when you're coming off of heroin, dude, it is the worst restless leg syndrome you'll ever feel. Like
Yeah.
you feel like you just can't get comfortable. So I know what you're saying. I
Yeah.
I know what you're saying with Xanax too. I never really have that type of hangover though.
Yeah.
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 Wait till you get a little bit older. We'll
I
get there.
I definitely
Not
had
much older than me.
a pretty big problem with that. It wasn't Xanax specifically. I was never Xanax specifically. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan because there was only two levels of Xanax. A Xanax where I wasn't quite where I wanted to be, and then there was the next level of Xanax where I don't remember where I was.
Yeah. You're just
And
sleeping.
that's why it sucks for an addict to take that stuff because you're absolutely right. You like take like, I don't know, 0.5 or something, and you're like, I'm not quite there. But then once you get
more.
into like the 2 milligram area, you're
Yeah.
just like stealing shit from Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was a Teizolam, which is like a research chemical version of a benzodiazepine. And it was bad because it wasn't like the regular benzos where you don't really feel it, you just feel you're just uninhibited. You could actually feel something going on there. And it felt really nice. And I remember, well, no, I don't remember. I had been told that I had recently broken my collarbone, and then I did a bunch of Atizalam, and then I was just like heaving myself off of like the top bunk of my sister's bunk bed with the broken shoulder and
Oh, geez.
drinking a lot and other things that I don't even want to get into.
Well, I won't be doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I won't be doing that shit anymore. No.
You know what though? I would love to be able to smoke weed with you guys, but I feel like it's just gotten so fucking strong. Like I tried it back like a little over a year ago. I did it a couple times, like a handful of times,
Yeah.
and it just knocks me on my ass, dude. I feel paranoid as a motherfucker. Feel like my heart's beating out of my chest.
Anytime I've like stopped for a while, I think it's been like that. Yeah, and at this point too, if you can, if you end up at a place where you can get it legally or whatever, you can like you can get stuff that's like not as strong.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're happy without it, I think.
I don't know if I am.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't know if I'm happy without it. I don't know. But then again, I think you and I were actually talking about this, Dan. I don't know if it's just like just a chemical imbalance thing.
Right.
But I'm just like kind of fuck everybody. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I feel about things.
Yeah, and it's hard to get through all that stuff. I think that's why we do a lot of the comedy and things like that. And as long as it doesn't push you back into like drinking and shit,
Yeah. Nah.
That's the thing with some people. Some people they can't just do that because then they smoke weed and then like 2 days later they're like doing this and this and this, and then the next thing you know they're back to like the worst things they were doing before.
Yeah. I mean, if weed does that to you, you're a pussy, man. Like I'm like a bad addict. I know my limitations because I've had a couple slip ups on Xanax within the past like 5 years, and that's because it was prescribed to me. So I was trying to like take the right avenues, but I was having anxiety.
Yeah.
So I thought I was doing things right, and it always turned into like a small little run that I would go on,
Yeah.
like nothing crazy. Like I didn't lose my house or my kids or a car. Like I didn't really lose anything. I lost myself, and I definitely acted drowsy around everybody and wasn't right. And I had a really hard what do you call that? Recovery time, because Xanax and alcohol are like the only two things that could kill you while coming off of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Draws from them and stuff.
So one of the times I actually had to go to the hospital because I swore I was about to start having seizures.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't do that, but weed would never do that to me. I just have to be like, guys, I'm going to be socially awkward for a little bit, and I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to sleep this off. Like, that's the worst it would do.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I will say it is strong enough now where you definitely, if you haven't done it in a while, you probably wouldn't want to go like popping into a car right afterwards. You know, like,
No. I would like to do it and then just go like lay out in my hammock out back and just like my girl take the kids somewhere or something, just so I can vibe with her.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
What do you mean? What?
I said, just take the kids anywhere else.
Yeah, anywhere. Just get them.
Just go.
Go.
Nope. Just go.
Yeah. Don't talk. Go.
That
All
sounds
right. Well,
amazing.
I think that's well over 20 minutes or 15 minutes.
I'm just filibustering. I said we're gonna make Comedy Writers Guild 5 hours again.
Yeah, I saw that. I love that. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on, dude.
Thanks for having me. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too,
Later,
brother.
Travis.
Peace, man.
Later.
Bye.
Go check him out at Danzilla Drums on TikTok. He's always killing it over there with his lives. All right. So, third joke concept of the night: unexpected things to turn out to be Israeli psyop.
All right, let's see what you guys said. As always, reading off the ones with 3 reacts or more. All right, so first up, we have Dino Rodino, and he said, Bigfoot is propaganda to sell kosher beef jerky. Ooh.
Oh, that was deep. I like that.
Dino, we talking to be? All right, next we have, again, Dino Rodino, and he said, Estonia isn't real. Damn. Sucks for Ari Matty.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Foos, or it might be Faust. Foos or Faust. Ben said, huh?
I think it's Faust, but go ahead.
You're probably right. Birds. Damn straight.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Next we have Mike Parisi Coolin, and he said, Phil Lombardo's latest painting.
He's stuck on that. He got a couple laughs from that last week, and now he's stuck.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a good thing to be stuck on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next we have Shane Lucas, and Shane said, it's actually really hard to think of... Oh, he misspelled something. It's actually really hard to think of things that would be hard to believe are Israeli psyops. LOL.
True.
And now Cole Burner. Cole said, the hat man I see every time I drink too much Robitussin. Yeah, does a hat man have like little curls coming out from the sides?
Yeah. All right, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Now, Kyle Yankowski, he said, Disneyland, the rides messing up are planned accidents. Uh-oh.
Has that been Disney? That's not Disney, is it?
I don't know. Whatever that is, I haven't really read anything about it.
I saw articles, but I think I would remember if it said Disney.
Yeah. Next we have Andy Dellinger, and Andy said, I think Jojo Siwa may be a Cyclops.
Oh, all right. First one to make me laugh of the night. That was good.
Next,
Sam would have appreciated that.
he would have. Next, we have Freezy. And Freezy said, Bacon's old house.
Oh,
Freezy, No, that's not kosher, Freezy. Bacon is not kosher.
All right, and yeah, true. And in Bacon's defense, I don't think Freezy knows what an Israeli psyop is.
No,
So he's just listing things that he thinks is funny.
and I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. That's like Kyle coming on here and being like, naked leapfrog.
Yeah. Speaking of Kyle Yankowski said, I don't know, seems like they all turned out to be an Israeli sci flop. Probably.
Nice play on words, but I don't know. They're kind of fucking us.
Yeah. All right, so that was it. Let's go ahead and hit us with a refresh and see who came out on top. Is it who it was before when I was looking? Do we have any new ones to read off?
If it's not Andy, I'm gonna be pissed.
We'll see. All right, so here's a new one that got the required amount of reactions. Mike J. Davis, he said, glory holes in truck stops. PSYOP. And Shane Lucas said, the take a penny, leave a penny tray maybe is an Israeli PSYOP.
I like that.
You might be going somewhere with that.
Yeah.
All right. And
Freezy also said exactly right, Harmon. So he doesn't know what an Israeli psyop is.
That's fine. You don't need to. Might be better if you don't. Ooh, we might have a tie, guys. Let me scroll to the other one. Yeah, it's a tie. All right.
All right, who we got?
So the first joke that got tied up was, I think Jojo Siwa may be a Cyclops. That was Andy Dellinger. The other one, with a total of 5 reactions, got to scroll up to see it, was Ben Foose with birds.
Okay. 2 good ones.
All right, guys, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Ben or Andy, Andy or Ben? We're leaving it up to you. Cast your votes.
Okay. And I know his ego needs to be stroked. Freezy, you did a very good job, dude.
We're proud of you.
We're proud of you. Stick around. There's one more Joe concept. It'll be coming up as soon as we announce the winner. All right. But that was good. I like the Phil Lombardo drawing. That was good.
Oh,
and Bacon, that was just malicious.
All right. Votes are starting to roll in. I'm seeing.
Dan said roast battle for tiebreaker.
He just wants to make it 5 hours.
Yeah, true.
All right. I'm seeing 2 Andys and a Ben so far. Keep the votes rolling in, guys. We got 2 Andys and a Ben. Let's see. What'll it be? Oh.
3 Andys.
3 Andys. 4 Andys. 5.
5. Yep.
All right. Give it a few more seconds.
Yep.
Let's see if we just get overwhelming Ben support.
Hey, if you're over on YouTube, come hang out at on Facebook with us, and you can do your vote as well.
Yeah, if you didn't hear me read your joke, there's a good chance it's because you posted it to YouTube. All right. I think we can go ahead and call this.
Yeah. All right, Ben. Ben, great job, though, man. Great job. You were right there. Oh, we got another Ben.
Oh.
So, but that's, what is it, 2 or 3 to 5. So, yeah, Ben, stick around for this last one, man. You might get it next time. Jacob DeLegal says, the fact that Harmon and Travis are wearing the same shirt and have the same exact chair is an Israeli psyop. Okay.
Yeah. I need to replace this thing. My back hurts very, very badly.
Yeah. Ben voted for himself.
That's fair, man.
Yeah.
No one else, very few other people have the balls to do that, and I appreciate those who do.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Dan, and Amanda, and AK. and Kyle, and basically everyone else who has ever been put up for a vote. But Andy, check your inbox. You have a link in it.
All right, Dino, have a good night, brother. Thanks for coming.
Take care, Brody.
All right, Andy, you got the link. And while we are waiting on Andy, let's get down to what this podcast is all about with the fourth joke concept of the night. You know the rapture is happening when?
Ooh. When it was 2 days ago, apparently.
Yeah. What was that all about?
I don't know. The comet doesn't show up until the end of next month. What's going on?
Yeah. Really? What if that was like a Heaven's Gate? You know, the comic coming, and they all thought they were going to go up to the comic. Yo, Andy, what's up, bro?
How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Great.
Second time winner.
Yeah, this feels good.
Yeah. How you been?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good, bro. Good.
Yeah, sorry I haven't been on in a couple weeks. It was that whole like reaction thing I was having an issue with.
Yeah. Was it okay tonight?
Yeah, it's back. That's why I'm still here. I
Thank
feel
God.
weird not being able to react and like staying on, so I just I bowed out.
Are you just trying to get on Travis's good side? You're just like, listen, if I can't react, I know that's a huge part of the podcast.
It
I'm
is.
just gonna see my way out.
Nah, it's all good. It's I mean, I wasn't lying. People who do not react the jokes are an Israeli psyop. People who do not react the jokes have dirty dingers and all the other shit that I said tonight.
There's the Mossad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I see the shirt that you're wearing. I have been addicted to a song lately. All right, because I feel like it just perfectly encapsulates how I feel about people. And it's on 10,000 Days,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's called Right in Two,
Oh, fantastic.
right?
Yep.
And it just like perfectly describes how I view people. It's like monkey killing monkeys, killing
Yeah.
monkeys over pieces of the ground. And it's just like people are so stupid. Like they don't realize that what we have right here is pretty much, I'm not a religious guy, but like we have heaven here. We have a place to where we can all be at peace with each other, but yet you got these monkey killing monkeys, dude.
Yep. No, I agree 100%. We got to enjoy it while we're here because we don't know if there's anything after this.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's what's got me so, I don't show it a lot, but we just talked about it with Dan. That's got me like so negative in life. It's just like looking around and being like, don't we all see we're all the same thing, man? Like we got religion and politics and everything they say don't talk about because it creates arguments and feuds and stuff. They're all tools to designed to divide us all. And the fact that we can't see through that fucking facade irritates me, man.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem is that's exactly what the other side, I guess if you could say other side, but that's what they want with us is that division. They want us to infight and be against all of each other. And like you said, we're all one thing.
Yeah.
We're all just floating on a rock out here,
Yeah.
I would say I've been working retail for most of my adult life, retail and customer service. And especially back when I was working in Antioch, Tennessee, that's where most of the racial cultural minorities live in the Nashville area. And if I have noticed anything about working with all these different races, religions, cultures, whatever, is how shockingly the same everyone is. Like I could be having a conversation with the Honduran immigrant in Spanish, and the conversation is going exactly the same way it would with like some old redneck that's lived in Tennessee for generations. It's
You're
different
absolutely
takes
right.
on the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a broker myself, so I deal with people from overseas all over the world, and you're 100% right.
Yeah.
We all really want the same thing. We all want, kindness, love,
Why can't we find it? Why can't we come to that agreement? Like, this is what we all want. Why can't we just make it happen?
Israeli psyops.
You know what though? That's not a joke.
It's really not.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it is that propaganda that's being pushed, as far as like money and greed. I mean, that clouds a lot of the basic necessities that we all want or need.
Yeah. I say it all the time, man. Like, so I don't know if I've ever said it on here or to you guys or whatever, but I daydream more than I'd like to admit about the end of the world. Right?
It's refreshing sometimes, isn't it?
You do the same?
Yeah, like when I hear about a natural disaster, I kind of get giddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. And I just read before I came on here, like we just stopped like some Russian ship or aircraft or something that was carrying a nuke. And I was just like, oh, please. Because like I have like 200 arrows. I have like 3 bows. Because guns aren't really going to, people are like, oh, I got all these guns. Like, yeah, I have a gun. Like, that's nice and everything. But arrows are going to get you far. You know, you
Yeah.
can reuse them, hunt animals. I got like a little, we started jarring things. Like, I'm not like a prepper or anything like that. I don't have anything significant, but
It
I
sounds
have
like
the
you're
knowledge
starting.
to survive. And I'm just, I honestly, I don't know if it's because I feel like we deserve it. We deserve to have the end of the world. Like, fuck all this. Let's start over. Or I just don't want to go into work tomorrow.
Yeah, either one. Yeah.
Take your pick. I'm cool with either. Yeah, I knew you would understand coming on with a tool shirt. Like,
Right on.
yeah.
Yeah, let's learn to swim. We'll see you down in Arizona Bay.
Oh, love it. It's a mantra to me, and that's why I think I like the Mother Nature aspect. I don't know about the nuke thing, but the Mother Nature thing's great because she takes care of herself. And I love people who say that the environment, you're a pussy if you like the environment or something like that. But I've never seen a pussy tornado or tsunami or earthquake, volcano
Yeah.
eruption.
They're all actually pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't fuck with one.
No.
But the thing I started off saying that I've never really talked about, like my views and shit, like I think that humanity was at its peak when we were living like the natives. Right?
Agreed.
Because like think about it, you go out, like the man hunts, you're out with your boys all day, just like going through the woods, sneaking around, hunting these animals, bringing them back, using all of the animal and doing it in such like a ritual, like ceremonious way. You're not just like buying this packaged meat at the store that the animal was just tortured and all that. You're just like saying a prayer and giving thanks to the animal for giving its life, for
Yep.
giving you nutrients, and then you go back to your lady who's been like making clothes and picking berries and shit like that, and then you guys have a campfire at night, smoke peyote, and you fuck like animals. And what has ruined us is like the need for like what's the word I'm looking for? Like things are so I don't know.
I'll tell you what my grandpa says it was.
What?
Central air conditioning. People staying inside, closed off from each other all the time. No one's going out on the porch and talking to their neighbors no more.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things to do is sit out on my front porch, literally. Like you guys met last time I was on, you met my father-in-law, Louis, who looked like Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he lives right across the street. So we get together all the time and throw some back and just talk about anything, and I think you're right. That's lost on people is just communicating, talking to one another face to face, sitting down or listening to a whole album.
Yeah, damn right. That's a good point. But the thing that we've become addicted to, I remember the word, is convenience. We want everything to just be so convenient and comfortable.
Right.
And that's why
What-
you hear all these people like David Goggins and everything who are like actually doing shit with their lives. Like they're like, get out your comfort zone
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
killing you. What, you don't like David Goggins?
Oh no, he's fine. He's whatever. He actually his childhood home is like maybe 20 minutes from me.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I think he grew up in Amherst, New York.
You're
Oh,
not.
you're in New York?
Oh yeah, yeah, Buffalo.
No, you're not living right next to his mother's grave, are you?
Not that I know
Okay, just checking.
of.
Yeah, that would be crazy, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know the lore on that.
Oh, so you
Oh,
weren't here
right.
last week. So the guy that was on first, Brian Lewis,
Uh-huh.
he
Brian's awesome, man.
yeah, right? I saw you giving him props too. That's what's up. You were like, right on, Brian.
Oh, he's
But
fantastic.
he lives like right behind him is a cemetery, and in that cemetery is why is his name's escaping?
Duncan.
Duncan Trussell's mom.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so he went to her grave on the last episode.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So Travis read it off. He told me about it before, and I was like, "Oh, I know where he's going." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm heading to the cemetery." I was like, "Don't tell people. Like, go there and just show us the grave." He showed us the grave and everything. Travis read off. I said, "Travis, look this woman's name up." He read it off. Survived by her sons Duncan and whatever Duncan's brother's name is, and nobody got it. And I was like, "You want to drop the bomb?" And he was like, "Yeah, this is Duncan Trussell's mom."
Holy shit.
That was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now
And
I'm gonna go searching.
if you know, if by any chance Duncan ever watches his podcast, I want him to know, like, and his mom, I want to pay respect. Like, we had the utmost respect with it. We weren't trying to talk bad or anything. Like, we didn't talk bad, but it was just like cool, you know, to see somebody who we find funny and a really good person. Duncan is like an amazing person.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to get Duncan on this show.
Yeah, I mentioned, and this, I would have said this regardless of whether or not we, had Brian on the podcast showing us the grave and everything, but I do think that Duncan Trussell would be my favorite podcast guest of all time.
Oh,
Well and truly.
That would be amazing.
He's just a great conversationalist. That's why Joe Rogan loves having him on, not just because they're like best friends or really good friends. I don't know if they're best friends, but like that dude can hold a conversation like nobody else. And he's so open-minded with everything.
Yeah, he's got a lot to say. He's not a one-trick pony at all.
No, he could talk about like, that's what I enjoy about myself. Because sometimes you can get in your head sometimes and like, or at least I know I can, and like think down about myself and everything. But one thing that I've always remained positive is I know a little bit about a lot, right? So like I do a lot of research on a vast number of things. So I can talk to anybody about anything. And then like a quote that my dad said that I always carry with me because he's the same way. He said, I can get along with the president and I can get along with the janitor. It doesn't matter,
Right
you know?
Yep.
So like, I love being able to communicate with everybody like that. And I know that I said earlier in this podcast, and I said it a couple of times, that I hate everybody. That's not like truly the case. You know, I'm sure you guys know that from talking to me and everything. It's just that I have like this real distaste for how the world is. You know what I mean? I want to shake everybody and be like, yo, just wake the fuck up, man. You're being brainwashed daily. And they're like, oh, the left is being brainwashed, where the right is being brainwashed, where Muslims are Christians. It's like, no, collectively, all of you are.
So it's like what George Carlin says about what is it? I like people one-on-one. I like individuals, but can't stand groups of even two or more, because that's when things get convoluted.
Yeah, that's why Travis, you know this, and everybody else knows now. Like, I'm a huge fan of Terrence McKenna. And Terrence McKenna, his number one saying is culture is not your friend. Once you start finding yourself like agreeing with like a certain culture, because there's subcultures and all that, once you find yourself immersed in any of that, you're going to find yourself lost. So like if you could somehow just separate your brain from all this shit, because there's so much thrown at us today, even with social media. You know, like advertisements for everything, all the algorithms that try to suck you in one way. And I said it last week, like it just calls for extremism. Whatever the algorithm thinks you lean towards, it doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be politically, just like special interest or whatever. It's going to suck you all the way down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And culture's not your friend, man. So, guys, if you could find a way to just like remove yourself from that. I've done that pretty much my entire life. I've just created my own path and wasn't really interested in what that sounds like an asshole, but not really interested in what other people are doing. I just stuck to myself and I just find myself enjoying that more
Yeah.
than, watching the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah, and it goes back to the whole porch conversation. I think it's important to just talk to people, travel, go see things, see what people are really saying.
Yeah.
Because what you're scrolling through, what you're doing that's not reality.
No. Even my social media, look at mine. That's not my reality. That's
Right.
me
Don't
making
mind either.
it's me trying to make you laugh. It's me
Yep.
coming up with something totally stupid, and a lot of it is just like me making myself seem dumb in a way. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And people enjoy that. And so,
Yeah, I
like,
find
even
it.
mine isn't reality. I don't view social media at all as reality, but you have
No.
these people that like live on there, and I'm on it a lot, but I don't live on it. Like, I know how to separate and distinguish between what's important and what's just, you know,
Yeah.
and that's what social media is.
Yeah, it's for entertainment purposes only, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And then
And I
you can
like.
be whoever the fuck you want to be. So if I want to be racist, I could just go in some comments, drop a few M bombs, and call people, all types of names and shit. Like you could be whoever, because I said it on Kyle's podcast. You're behind a screen and you won't get punched in the teeth. But the thing is, you see these guys out in public and they're different. It goes back to what you were saying. Have that porch conversation with them, and you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
This guy's just like me. This
Yeah, you're going to
woman's
find
just
out a
like
lot
me.
more.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we clarified all that and had a good conversation about
That
it.
was wonderful.
It was, man. It
Hey,
was.
I wanted to show you guys real quick. This is my baby. I've had her for 14 and a half years. This is my Crown Victoria. Hold on, let's see if I can get that in there.
Oh,
The
wow.
2001. Wait, and she's beat up. I don't know if you can see that or what, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
she got a little rust.
She'll
But yeah.
OEM.
Oh yeah,
Oh fuck.
yeah. It says police interceptor, but it wasn't really. It was a guy in North Carolina. He had a bunch of police buddies, and they did a police inspection and got the tag put on it or whatever. But I figured I spent enough time in the back of one. I figured I was due to own one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. How the turntables have turned.
Right.
That's awesome. Fuck yeah, man. Well, again, thanks for coming on and being part of the Comedy Writers Guild, dude.
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate you, Travis, you, Harmon, and everybody in the chat there. It's, just glad to be back. I'm glad I can react now, Travis.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can too.
Thank Zuckerberg, believe it or not, because we don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, it was so random. It
Yeah.
it was out of the blue. It had nothing to do with this. It was any live stream I couldn't react to.
Maybe they were messing with stuff.
Yeah, they were doing something.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, you have a great night, and we hopefully we'll see you next week.
You too, guys. Thanks so much.
Later, man.
Peace, man.
See ya.
All right, guys. That was Andy DeLinger. Remember the first time he was on, I was like mentioning his name different every single time.
Yeah, and you still are.
I did that on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. Andy Dellinger, guys. Go add him as a friend on Facebook. Super cool dude, as you saw, and super chill. He's always like that, always been like that. Yeah. So we are down to the final joke concept of the night, which is, the rapture is happening when
Alex Krieg said, the rapture will happen when Freezy takes 1 moment to Google a word instead of 20 moments to type what he doesn't know Type that he doesn't know what it means. Yep. So it's never gonna happen. All right. Yeah. Then Freezy said, "I'm confused. See you guys later." And,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Freezy thinks that rapture is what happens when you ask him, "Hey man, you trying to freestyle? Rap? Sure."
Amanda Burns said, "You know the rapture is happening when they finally release those goddamn Epstein files."
Actually, Travis said something like that before we came on the chat. He's like, the only time that we're gonna get these Epstein files or get any of this information, like on Charlie Kirk, all that, is if the world government just goes down.
Yeah. Yeah, all of the governmental institutions across the world, all of the economic structures, just all of it just goes away.
Yep.
Yep. Well, next we have Jacob Offender D Legal, and he said, "You know the." I'm not sure if he meant to spell it this way. I'll read it the way it's spelled. "You know the raptor is coming when a British paleontologist says quotations, see what we have done here? It took the blood from a mosquito and cloned its biological material."
I think he thinks that the rapture is a raptor.
Maybe it is.
Nah, he's read the Bible. We were just talking about that this past week. Travis, what was your joke again?
I don't know. I was trying really hard to come up with one, and I couldn't really find a good way to put it. And I was like, fucking god damn it, something about Jesus being a velociraptor.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll formulate a good joke about that one of these days. Next, we have Cole Burner, and he said, "You know the rapture is happening when I get wings and they're also disabled."
That was good.
That's great. And next we have Freezy with, "I don't know what a rapture is."
We know.
And that was it.
Yo, if Freezy's really gone, I'll say this in the chat to everybody right now. Next week, the Joe concepts are going to be extremely hard. We're going to use big words that he has no idea what they are, and we're just going to get him to quit instantly. I think that'll be the best joke. That's going to be the best Joe concept of the night. Freezy leaving because he's just like, what?
All right. Just hit a refresh to see if anyone's come out on top here or has increased their lead. But I do believe that the winner for this concept, with a total of 5 reactions, had the joke, "You know the rapture is happening when I get wings and they're also disabled," and that was none other than Cole to the Burner. Check your messages.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Yeah, that definitely won in my eyes too. And Mike Freezy Coolin says, "Fuck off."
That's actually how the rapture works, Freezy.
Yeah. Amanda Burns says, "Nah, there has to be more likes jokes on that."
Nope.
Nah, he refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
It's been weak tonight, but it's been a good night still. It's been
Yeah.
a good podcast. And I'm not just saying that because I run this podcast. It really has been.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Also, I'm going to pitch to the chat. What do you think about this idea? All right, just so you guys could get like a little more insight on me and my life. I thought about having a special guest on. I was thinking about bringing on my fiance as a special guest, and we could do like a little thing after the 15 minutes, and you guys are up while I'm interviewing her. You guys can ask any questions you want, and we'll read it off to her. Could be about me. The only thing is, like, if I do that, we're just going to leave the kids out of it. I mention my kids, but I never talk about my kids. And so as long as we respect that, I'm cool with it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be funny because she's somebody earlier on the podcast was talking about it was our special guest. He said autistic liar.
Yeah.
My girl doesn't lie. Let's just put it that way, so you can understand what I'm saying. And I think she would just be great. She's not a funny person. She's not intentionally funny. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But she's very honest, and she's awesome, man. I think everybody would get a kick out of what happens.
Yeah. Well, some people are just like really super autistic and super honest about things, and they end up being Hans Kim.
Yeah, right. Well, she's not that autistic. She's got her little tisms to her, but she's not that autistic.
Wait, hang on. I'm getting a message. Okay, Cole is not gonna be able to make it on.
Because he's watching a fucking baseball game.
It's I think he mentioned something earlier about having a surgery and he's recovering from that and he's just not in a position to do it. So let me hit a refresh and see who won second place.
All right, Cole. Well, you know how this works, man. Speedy recovery to you first. And then also, you have a rain check, man. You can come on, you can cash that in anytime you want. So you won fair and square. Let us know when you want to come on. Once you're healed up, dude, love to have you on. As long as we're not talking about fucking baseball, dude. And keep that shit out of the chat, man. Start something with somebody. Culture's not your friend. Didn't you hear me? So start another chat about that fucking, any sports.
Yeah. All right. So for runner-ups, the first one we have with a total of 4 reactions, the joke was, the rapture will happen when Freezy takes 1 moment to Google a word instead of 20 moments to type that he doesn't know what that word means, and that was AK. The other runner-up, I think there was at least one more. Amanda Burns with, you know the rapture is happening when they finally release the goddamn Epstein files. And Amanda's probably gonna, no, I don't want to get my, stop being funny then. Let's see. Did anyone, okay, yeah, so AK or Amanda, vote now. Amanda, AK, or Amanda. See them votes in the chat.
Amanda's was more real, and I feel like AK's was more funny.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. AK's would get a laugh out of me, Amanda's would get it.
Yeah. And Jacob D. Legal, he said, I know the first question I'm asking is how many times a week does Harmon ask you to do butt stuff? Listen, we all know the answer to that. I ask her to fuck me in the ass at least 5 times a week.
I would say probably never. It's probably more along the lines of how many times does Harmon ask to do foot stuff?
Yeah, and you know what? I want to fucking settle it fair and square that that's not what happens. So you guys realize that it is a bit. Although my algorithm now would say otherwise, because since I talk about it all the time, make jokes about it all the time, and I'm not complaining. Not by any means am I complaining, but my algorithm is strictly feet, dude. For real. It's crazy. Are you saying I've been honest about it. I've told you guys. Yeah, I have an appreciation. I love it. I think it's good, but I'm not doing foot stuff.
The fact that you even know what an attractive foot is supposed to look like, because I have no clue. I thought we were doing the thing a few months back where you had me post the feet and you would guess whose they were. And I was looking at Rosario Dawson's feet and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what an attractive foot is, but I feel like it's probably that. And you were like, mid.
Yeah, now let me see. I gotta look her up again.
Anyway, winner is AK.
Okay.
Check your inbox.
Rosario Dawson feet. Let me see. Yeah, no.
See what I mean?
No. Mm-mm. No. I'll tell you what though. Quentin Tarantino would like him.
I guess.
He would like him. But chat, answer that, man. Like, who else here? I doubt anybody would say they have a foot fetish, but if you don't, you could still tell what an attractive foot is. Like me, I'm not into Asians. I'm not into Asian women, right? But I could tell when one's attractive. Oh,
Hey.
speaking of attractive, what's going on, Big Sexy?
Oh man, you've grown
Have I?
since the last time I saw you.
Shut the fuck up. You sound like my uncle.
It's been a while, man. Nice to win on a default by Cole. Thanks, Cole.
Yeah.
Well, a default and a vote in your favor.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. That's an excellent shirt you have on.
Yeah, I know, man. It just felt like fitting in. You guys look
Yeah.
good on camera. Figured I needed to make a change somehow.
Yeah, we had 2 people with it on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We gotta convince Andy.
I'm a person.
Yeah.
That's 3 people.
You were one.
No, there was 2 before me too. The first was Brian had it on with a jacket over it, and then there was after Brian, and then Andy wasn't.
Wait, Brian and then fucking Dan did not have a shirt. And
Wait.
Yeah.
And who
Just
else?
you and
Oh.
Brian.
Who just got off?
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Wait,
I was
did
watching the show, I swear.
Did Dan have the shirt on?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh man.
Which
That's
I'm surprised because he should have had it in the mail. If you got it, AK got it, Travis got it. I still got to check to see if Trey and Lindsay got it. Amanda got it. Blazing Nana got hers and Offenders.
I got a brown slip about the time that I thought I would get it. I got a brown slip from the post office saying I needed to go down there and pick something up that they missed me. And so I thought you just sent me an errand at first. But then it came to my mailbox. Yeah. Just to send people things that they need to go pick up at the post office.
Yeah, I saw this one TikTok back in the day, and I ended up making a TikTok about it. So like this guy, he gets things in the mail to like support the local police department or whatever, and they send like an envelope. So what he does is he just like puts all his bills and shit in there, or just spams them, right? And he sends it to the local police department because he said they have to pay somebody to open these. So I'm just wasting their resources by sending this shit. And I thought that was genius.
That's hilarious. The Joe taxpayer would probably have something to say about that, but
well, he is Joe taxpayer.
I know it's just worth the comedy. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
We used to do things as kids to make the. Sorry about my dog drinking water, but we used to do things as
my kid.
My
kid's thirsty.
My kid's thirsty, right? I'm not gonna fill your bowl back up if you keep making noise. But we used to do things to use up taxpayer dollars by keeping the cops busy when we were kids. Nothing too extreme, but just like it was so boring that we would just ride our bikes around, get a little bored with that, so we go find a payphone and gray hairs and all, payphone, and just say whatever the worst possible thing we could say to get them to chase us around, and then we would get them to chase us, and they would never catch us because there's woods all over. So we would we would lure them to an area where we knew it was like the end of a corner of a parking lot, and then we just cut through a trail, and they'd have to go like 3/4 of a mile to try and find where we were. But
I thought you were.
We weren't paying taxes at the time.
Yeah, you're kids. I thought you were gonna say like, yeah, we used to do things like just get arrested. just waste their time. I'd waste my time and just catch 3 felonies.
That was the game over if you got arrested, But
Yeah. Anybody ever get caught?
not by cops. No, we got caught by like gangsters that were walking around or something like that. That we'd go throw like a milkshake at them or something, and we'd come. It was so funny that we'd come back around. We were like, damn, now we got to go, but we were out of money, so we'd go get like a cup of water from a gas station. Came back around to try and find them, and they were hiding from us, and so they waited till we were close, jumped out, and grabbed our bikes and beat us up a little bit. But not by cops though. Cops are not that smart.
Now well, no, I didn't get arrested. Did I get arrested? Yeah, I think I did. I got my car taken. I can't remember. But I got pulled over one time at a DUI traffic stop, and I was in another dude's car because I let him borrow my car to go to Florida, and he paid me in Percocets. So I was like, sure. So he gave me a hoopty, and I'm riding around in his hoopty, and he had dealer tags on him because he was a car dealer, and I got pulled over with those tags. Like those tags were expired. So they searched the vehicle, and I had one of those like illegal pocket knives that just goes straight out. And the officer ended up finding it. I put it on.
Switchblade?
I guess that is a switchblade, right? When it pops straight up.
Yeah, you were working on a Mexican character. You should work a little harder on that.
Yeah. Do I look Mexican, dude? People say I look Mexican all the time.
Well, the switchblade will make you look a little bit more Mexican.
Yeah, true. If I was holding a switchblade, I'd definitely look Mexican right now. But so he got it from under the seat, and he had like these leather gloves on and shit. But he was like, how does this work? And I turned around, and as soon as I saw he had that, I said, be careful with that. As soon as the words were coming out of my mouth, he hit the thing, and it stabbed him in the hand. Like, it just split his leather glove. It didn't cut him or anything like that. He didn't even make a sound. And he was like, this could have really hurt me. And he got me with assault.
Wow.
I'm like, what a fucking
bullshit.
asshole. I know.
Because he grabbed it and hit it with his
Yeah, because he's a fucking dumbass. He got me with
Yeah.
assault. It ended up getting dropped, right? And the only thing I got was like carrying of an illegal weapon, because you're not allowed to have those. And they also have to be like a certain length. They can't be like the rumor I always heard. Have you guys heard this before? Like the blade can't be longer than the width of your hand.
That's new in our area. Oh, go for it, Charles.
I've only ever lived in red states, so that's never been a major concern. But also, why are you doing this to me, Harmon? Please stop.
Yeah. Now I'm assaulting you, huh?
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah, no.
I just knew it to be like 3 inches was around here. You could carry. It was like 3 or 3.5 inches was what you could carry.
Yeah, no, yeah. So I was always told width of the hand or whatever. Yeah.
Oh wow.
This bad boy.
But you can't walk out on the street with that. You just have that laying on the floor.
Yeah.
Don't you know a tanto is much more convenient, or a tanto, whatever they're called?
You know what's even more convenient than that? My fucking revolver that takes shotgun shells.
Yeah, that's good. Indiana Jones move right there.
Could you imagine if the cop found that in my car? He was like, "How does this work?" Next thing you know, he's blowing his hand off. And get me with a assault.
This thing fucking loaded.
So, we never got. I think we got our weapons stolen by the cops and like our weed and stuff like. But they would have not. I've never been. Well, not for that kind of stuff. Never been arrested, but yeah, there were a lot of cops around here that would just kind of do that. Just steal your stuff. They would aggravate. They would try if they were on site, then they would try and start a fight with somebody, and then when that person would do the slightest thing, like anything they did, even elbowed their hand off of them, then they would jump them. Like it's wild. I think body cameras were for everybody involved a good thing, But it just protected what was, what is as close to what's the word? Not so objective the objective truth as you can get, you know, a
Yeah.
video camera.
I think the best body cam footage that I've seen happen recently, it was definitely within this year, but I think I saw it a few months back. There was an officer that arrested this woman, and she was attractive. And she was wearing like this dress and everything, and it was sort of revealing. But she is so you see his camera and he's driving, so you see his hand and everything. And she makes like some sort of remark, I forget what it was, and he said,
I think
he was like, "Don't say that right now." And then all of a sudden, you see his hand for a second, and it goes off. Now you see another police camera's body footage. Oh, there we go. I was waiting for it to happen. And so he ended up getting in the back seat with this woman, and it automatically locked on him. So he had to have other police officers, and it was actually like the sheriff or whatever, the deputy, like his boss, whatever the boss is, showed up. It was like, how did this happen? So then you see the footage of him trying to explain it. And it's like, come on, dude. Come on.
Like, what was he reaching across her to do something? I know the
Yeah.
footage you're talking about, but yeah, that's hilarious, man.
He was like, yeah, I just like stepped in for a second and it just swung behind me and shut by itself. And it's like, come on, dude.
And you know the police chief or the sheriff who's, you know, 40 years on the job and used to get away with that shit all the time. It's just like, you fucking bonehead.
I know. But that same officer, you know, is trying to help him cover it up too. Like, all right, how can we figure out how you weren't trying to get your dick wet?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably the biggest issue is like, if you know, anywhere, not even just cops, but anywhere that's your circle or your organization, if you're not most adamant about keeping those people accountable, then nobody on the outside is going to trust you. You know what I mean? You have to be, that has to be most important.
Absolutely.
And it's not just, yeah, it's everywhere. It's your political party. It's your own political party. It's your own business. It's your own friends group.
It's your church.
You know, yeah. Your religion, you know, or wherever you go. Yeah. It's I think because we're all focused on, you know, making other people accountable while, you know, people that we support are doing some of the same bad shit. You know, it's hard to keep up with all of it, you know. So it's just like it's I don't know, it's hard to like take it seriously when it's like that.
Yeah. And that's what I'm seeing with a lot of people too, is because it's like normal people trying to hold these like elites and politicians and everything accountable online, but like they don't even hold them fucking selves accountable. The average person sucks when it comes to accountability.
Right. In the online stuff, it really isn't unless you're doing it just to provoke, or if you're joking around, it's one thing. But if there's no real, like, it doesn't end anywhere. Like, I mean, there's social pressure, sure, but it's I don't know. I don't know. I kind of think a little bit like I do think that the president, while it's a esteemed position and it took a lot of work to get there, and you should be proud that you accomplished it. What you accomplished was I mean, it is an accomplishment, even if it didn't take a lot of work to get there, but what you accomplished is the highest potential office of public servant. And that should make you proud. You know, it shouldn't be an
should make you
arrogant
serve
thing.
the public.
Exactly. Yeah. You should be proud to do it. You should be proud to, like, I'm at the place where most people, and now I can be of service, you know, not everything's me. Everything's like, this is good. Those people are bad. Everybody who's here is here. You know what I mean? But sorry, this is political bullshit.
No, I mean, I'm enjoying it. So.
Yeah.
I know maybe it doesn't make for great podcasting. Maybe it does, but
I agree. Colin
agree.
Kaepernick kneeling is just as American as the White Lives Matter guy. They're both here. They're both citizens. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're gonna have to figure it out one way or another.
Let people do their thing, and I agree with that. Also, I wasn't gonna bring this up, but fuck it, I am, man. Like,
do it.
There's something that has been bothering me. So everybody knows because this is like really personal. and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I don't give a fuck. Everybody knows I do not have a great relationship with my mother at all. As in, like, I do not talk to her. My sister doesn't talk to her. Pretty much, she's just estranged. Um, and she has created she's never been a political person ever. She's never been a social media person ever, but she created a TikTok and she's been doing these crazy fucking videos, bro.
Oh no.
Like pretty much like she's because somebody said earlier, like I think it was Dan, like nobody's happy. No, it wasn't Dan, it was somebody else. But he's like, nobody's happy that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. You know, people are, and I've witnessed it. And they are posting things, and one of them is a person that is close to me. And it's just been infuriating to watch, especially when and the person is like totally against Trump too. Listen, I'm not any politician fan. I hate Trump. I hate not hate's a strong word. I dislike Trump. I dislike uh, Biden, Kamala, whatever. If you're a politician, you're just a scumbag to me, pretty much, because I haven't seen a straight and narrow politician ever in my lifetime. So anyway, preface it with that. But my mom hates Trump, has like a fuck Trump flag, all this stuff. Never been a political person, right? And she's like making all these videos like, oh, where are Charlie Kirk's parents at? Where are his parents? If he's such like a family oriented guy, where are his parents, right? So I went on there and I was like, oh, my sister was wondering the same thing. Where's my mom?
Oh fuck.
I said, where's my mom at when, because I hold people accountable. I hold myself. I can't hold you accountable, not hold myself accountable. I hold myself
Mhm.
so fucking accountable that sometimes I hate myself for the smallest things that I do.
Well,
Right?
but if I could stop you, you were like this thing. I hold myself accountable. You should have been like, I hold myself accountable.
To about 5'7", I hold myself accountable. Right?
Oh fuck
It's
it. I'm
not
sorry, man.
much,
Go
but
for
it's there.
it.
So I was like, yeah, my sister was wondering the same thing. Like, where the fuck was my mom when you know, when she was sitting in therapy of a joint therapy session you guys were both supposed to have, and you didn't show up for 3 weeks in a row, but you were constantly busy posting or sharing with her political memes when you were supposed to write how you felt about my sister and everything. And my sister did it the first day she was asked, and then the therapist is sitting there telling you, hey, did you write it this week? Oh, I forgot. I didn't do that. Like, where's your accountability there? You know what I mean? Where were her parents at? Or where was her mom at? So I like did this like it wasn't even a long post. I made it long right there. But I did this comment just because I was like I don't give a shit personally because I kind of wrote her off a while ago. But my sister is still very hurt about it, and I'm very protective of my sister. So I'm like, if you're going to sit here and try to hold the president of the United States accountable for huge things,
Yeah.
why don't you start with the small things in your life that actually fucking matter and are real?
Yeah.
So if anybody in the chat wants my mom's TikTok account and you want to go troll her and you want to let her know that she's a piece of shit mom and why doesn't she work on that first?
Oh man.
I will put her name out there, her TikTok name. So go ahead and do that. I give you full permission.
Wow, man, that's personal. You sure you don't want to sleep on that before?
I already put it out there.
All right. Yeah. That's yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine my parents having a social media or a desire to want to be on there and do stuff, especially as they for the places they were lacking.
It's just hateful. What she's doing is hateful. It's almost like she's proud of it, and she just got these extreme views, man. Extreme, like far left views that again she's never had my entire life. It's like,
She's
and
just
that's why I keep saying like, it's like it takes the worst of people because I feel like the people that choose certain sides, there's like a you know how they say left brain, right brain. Maybe that's why they call it the left and the right because you see Worst time. Worst fucking time.
Talk about psyops, dudes.
Yeah.
Stop
Israel's
getting
like,
intellectual.
you better shut up right now.
The left brain, right brain theory is a little dated, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking specifically left brain, right brain theory. I'm saying like there's a certain personality and then an opposing personality. And maybe you find that both of those personalities are most prevalent in society, like one or the other, right? Like, of course, there's many personalities, but there's like certain ones. And I think it's the mob mentality, as they call it, you know? So now she has all these people that are just straight haters, dude, coming on there and like praising her and like, oh, I love your energy, I love your vibes, subbing now, and it's just like you guys are just filled with a bunch of fucking hate, and you're
Yeah.
claiming that the people that oppose you are doing the same thing, but on the other side. It's crazy.
It, whether or not I feel I'm right or wrong about something, the most boring person to me would be somebody. The closer they are to me, the more boring they get to me. You know what I mean? Like that's you can't you sit in a thought bubble or want to hear people who agree with you, then you're not going to learn anything new. You might reinforce some terrible beliefs, but
yeah, you know who did the exact opposite of that? Charlie Kirk. He talked to people
yeah,
that had the exact opposite views of him, and he had great discussions about it, open. And I'm not
yeah. I
giving my
mean, he was,
personal opinions on him, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm doing here, because I don't really have an opinion of him, besides the fact that I think he was painted in a light, painted in a way in which he truly wasn't. If you watch 30-second snippets of me, you would think I'm racist or misogynist or whatever. Yeah, actually, if somebody wants to do that, take clips of the Comedy Writers Guild and make me look like a piece of shit, because you can easily do it.
oh yeah, Joe Rogan just went on like what was it, like a 5-minute N-word rant in that one video. So,
Yeah.
it is like yeah. So it's I get what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad. I just actually screenshot it today because it came up and some reason it came up on my feed, but an old Legion of Skanks post that was like 3 weeks ago, and I said something like it was Dave Smith debating Charlie Kirk. Dave Smith from Legion of Skanks.
Yeah.
So it was on the Legion of Skanks page, and I wrote on, and this was something like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I wrote, let me guess, Charlie Kirk gets annihilated. And then for some reason, I just saw that through today. I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
Man.
shit.
Dumbass. You know?
Didn't Legion of Skanks, didn't they bring up like somebody who was always speaking politically got assassinated, and they all thought it was Dave Smith? Like their original thought was like, oh shit, and they had to check on him.
Yeah, because I think they probably knew that it wasn't, but that Dave's definitely the big political guy there, which also translates to the least funny. But Dave does, I'll give him this thing, he does have an angle that the other two don't have. So when he says something that's really funny, it's like, oh, we wouldn't have heard that from Jay or Lewis, you know what I mean? So it's really funny.
I think the guy who's really killing it politically right now, who am I going to say, Travis?
David Cross.
I don't even know what he's up to.
Rosie O'Donnell?
No. No, dude, she's fucking lost her mind. She's an extremist too.
Rob Schneider.
No, I was going to say Tim Dillon.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I should have known.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest, like, Theo's a little, I mean, Theo's not like Tim Dillon political. Theo will just like have a bunch of politics on there, but, or politicians, but, yeah, that makes sense. Tim Dillon's a bit much for me at times. He's just real loud. You have to want a real loud voice in your ear a bunch, but he's fucking hilarious at Skankfest. Real loud there, but hilarious.
He's very high energy.
Yeah.
I say keep politicians out of comedy, dude. I feel like they're ruining things.
Keep political favor out of comedy, but make fun of them all you want. You know, that's
Well,
always been the go-to. Yeah.
I mean, bringing Trump onto your podcast and shit like that. I get the appeal. Like, I get it. Totally. If Trump was like, oh, I want to come on Comedy Writers Guild, you know? Absolutely. Come on. So I'm a hypocrite. But
We already had
I
you.
own that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go
And
ahead, but-
honestly, I would take Kirk Williams over the real Trump all day, every day.
Oh yeah, probably.
One thing about Tim Dillon
Fair.
is he's honest where he's coming from with politics. And it's basically where the money is. Like, he was invited to the Riyadh, Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival, and he's like, fuck it. I love beheadings now. Pay me money.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
then,
he's shameless, which I respect for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's been a great conversation. I don't know. Tonight's podcast has been a little deep. I feel like maybe some things had to come out or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And
there's sorry.
Some interviews that went like double, triple length.
Yeah.
Which is fine. They were good talks.
Fuck, I didn't even realize. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun. Glad to get on again. Glad to see you guys. I mean, I see you guys plenty, but this is what I look like now. So it's been months. So
You've grown, man. You've gotten taller.
Yeah, thank you, man. Hey, you don't know how tall I am, do you?
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're
Trey's-
6'1".
I'm shorter than Talmadge. I'll give you that much.
Talmadge is 6'2".
Yeah, I didn't make it quite to 6 feet. I made it to like 5'11", and then 5'11 and a half, and then fuck, man.
Now you're shrinking because you're old.
Yeah, I'm like 5'11 or 5'10 or something now.
Now I feel bad. I hit you with an old joke because you hit me with a short joke, but now I feel bad.
No, that's fair, man. I like it. It warms my heart when people, sting it. So.
All right, Pop Up. Well, it was nice having you on the podcast.
It's been a pleasure, man. You're doing great things. Everybody will remember your name. See you later, Travis. See you later, Herman.
You asshole.
Hi.
That was great.
He was quick with that leave button, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he called me Herman.
Yeah.
All right. We all know what time it is. Time for Offender.
All right, Offender, if you are still watching, check your inbox. You are about to get you a link. Boom.
All right. I just opened my phone. It's on Rosario Dawson feet.
Sorry. Not sorry.
It's all good, dude.
Was it per my suggestion, or is that just where your algorithm is?
No, it's your suggestion. Copy. Sorry, guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
They are. Phil Lombardo said Harmon really needed this meeting this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. There was some stuff that was going through me. I already talked about it in therapy and all that shit, but I don't know. Sometimes you just got to talk about shit. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. I don't got therapy, I just got this.
Hey, sometimes this is enough. Actually, you wouldn't believe the amount of people that hit me up. No joke. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not trying to make things seem better or bigger than what they are. But I have had an overwhelming amount of people hit me up and talk about how the Comedy Writers Guild helps them so much. Right? And a lot of them are saying, like, on a therapeutic level. Actually, one of them, because he won't mind if I say it, one of them is Brian Lewis. Brian Lewis has been telling me that for a while now, and he openly talked about it. But some people, I'm not going to put everybody out there, but I think it's great that people get that from this. I never expected that ever, so it's pretty cool. All right,
whole bouquet.
The sensitive people. What's going on, Offender? Is he trying to do like earbuds this week or something?
Apparently.
Can you hear me?
Apparently not. But yeah, he was cooking up something over there. He had a whole bouquet. Wish I had a fucking bouquet right now. It wouldn't be intelligible enough to do a podcast, but shit. I tried that a couple of times. All right, where are we now?
Yeah, I remember.
You there?
Can you hear us? Sorry, guys, trying to figure this out.
Hey, man, Brian Lewis couldn't
Can
hear.
you hear me?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Not sure what was going on there. Fellas.
Yo.
Yo, dude. So good to see you, gentlemen.
You too, brother.
Dude, you guys look like the fucking white boy versions of the fucking Yin Yang twins. You know what I mean?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
black and white in the background. One loves anal, the other one loves feet. We're not sure which one is which, but
Yeah. Well, we know who's who for sure.
Yeah, I'm just a couple of weeks up from starting my winter beard, so it won't
dude,
be
how
long.
do you guys have the same chair?
We don't.
Oh, dude, this is the Matrix. It may not be the same chair, but you guys literally went in the same direction. We are in a simulation, folks. It has been proven.
No, that's just an Israeli psyop making you think so.
Oh, for sure.
And I always hang a little to the left.
Yeah, me too. To the left. Yeah.
For us, that was to the right, though, just so you know.
I wish
okay.
my camera would hang more to the left. It's off center now. But what's up, man? How's Oregon
Nothing
treating
much.
you?
Looks like the last thing you try to hang to the left was yourself in your closet. You know what I mean? No, I'm sorry.
He was definitely in the closet.
Yeah.
My bad. Nothing much. Let's start off with the ringers. From the top, what were the joke premises?
What is the real cause of autism?
The real cause of autism. I said some funny shit in there. Don't quite remember it. I'm gonna go back. Let me tickle my brain. The real cause to autism. Oh man, I had a good one. I know I did the one about if you purposely miss the cracks because you break your mama's back. Like I felt like that was like a good, like that would probably cause autism, you know.
Or that's an autistic trait for sure.
Well, no. That's like the precursor to autism.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can see it.
You know what I mean? By purposely, I gotta, like, you don't have autism. You could break your mama's back. You know, that could
Yeah,
happen.
if you like really truly believe it.
Yeah, but if you like purposely, well, autism. Also there was another comedian tonight. He said autism, which was OUGHT-ISM.
Yeah.
I think that was AK. I could be wrong, but I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, pretty impressive. Alabama guy. I just spelled autism, and I said that autism is when what was it? It was like fucking hey, autism. That thing you shouldn't do because you ought get your ass home because you're about to make some bad decisions. You know, autism.
Then I'm autistic.
And
I ought to get
then
my ass
later
home a lot of
on,
times.
later on, I did say something very poetic. It was about comedy, and it was talking about autism is essentially when you shouldn't say the one you ought not say, but it's your job as a comedian, and in the moments of being vulnerable, to express those things.
I thought a lot of people were going to play with the words using Austin, like Austin, Texas.
It's autism.
Autism.
Autism. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like the avenue of that. Okay, you piqued my interest here.
He's either gonna write it down or he's eating a fucking cupcake. Ah, there we go.
Oh,
He's eating banana bread.
Yes. Oh, he knows feet and bread. People,
I
give it up.
told you.
Brr, 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 brr.
Oh, I'm a foodie, bro. I hit the wrong button. Oh man, we glitched him out.
man, oh man. Yeah, that's what happens to me when I eat banana bread too.
What is it? What is the real? You have autism when you try try to sign up for America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, Travis?
Yeah, let's see if he does. Oh, you're muted.
You got to hit unmute. I thought he heard me, and that's why he was giving me that look.
I'm not sure what he can hear.
Your phone's autistic, dude.
Not if your phone is autistic. All right, if you can hear what we're saying, just stand there still with the or never mind.
All right.
Well, damn. All right.
Still muted. Shit.
To say sixth time is the charm. Or seventh. I don't know. Let's do the rest of the interview in pantomime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the second joke concept was you know you have autism when please act out how you know you have autism.
Yeah, there we go. He's still trying to. You have autism when we ask you to act it out and you start talking. Tonight might not be the night, dude. He just pulls a buck knife out of his fucking pocket.
Second one on the podcast to do that.
Jesus.
Oh,
He can't
don't
see or hear
it.
you.
Well, damn.
Yeah,
That
he can't
sucks.
see or hear us. If he can't see or hear us, how did you hear that I said that? All right. Well, unfortunately, we are going to have to cut. Offender's going to take us out. He's going to smoke a joint and he's going to chill with us as we leave tonight. That's how we're going to do things. Guys, I want to say thank you for coming on the Comedy Writers Guild. Sorry I spilled a bunch of personal shit tonight, but thank you for letting me get it off my chest. I think it's very important that people do that. Maybe I didn't go about it in the healthiest way by doing it publicly, but I consider you guys like family, man. Sometimes when you don't have certain family, you pick up family elsewhere, and that's what the Comedy Writers Guild is for me. So, yeah, another amazing episode. It was great. And Travis, you have anything you want to say?
Yeah. So you guys, as previously mentioned, Vibecast / Power Sauce is off the air for the foreseeable future. Coming back maybe for a Thanksgiving special, but definitely for a Christmas special. But in the meantime, be sure to go on YouTube and check out Higher Consciousness, Lower Standards. That's Kyle and Jordan's podcast, and it's a lot of fun. You guys are going to love it.
Yes, it is. Go check it out. And speaking of autism, go check out that podcast. Nah, I fucking love you guys. You know that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but you can see, but you can't hear. Oh, we just can't see you. Oh god. All right. Kick him off. What the fuck?
All right.
Jesus Christ. Now he'll take his. All right. Yeah, dude. Jesus Christ. The algorithm's gonna pick up on that. Listen, it's Zuckerberg that runs Facebook, not Elon. We can only do that on Twitter or X. All right, guys, have a great night. We love you. Be safe. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Thanks for coming on, Sam. Could you call them a bunch of cocksuckers for me?
They're all a bunch of cocksuckers, but they did a great job tonight.
That's right.
I love you.
You
brother.
did a great job. Love you, Joey.